got in, I got out. Giving all glory to God. Hold up, this ain't me. Tell me how we went from trapping to rapping on BET. Last week I told investing to the Kansas City Chiefs. Golden rule to invest and make that money while you sleep. They say trap a perfect mixture of Warren Buffett and Meech. No more shoebox money, them portfolios elite. Golden rule to invest and make that money while you sleep. I'm gone.
What's good, what's good, what's good, family? It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper, and welcome to another amazing episode of Trapping Tuesdays, man. All right, man, so listen, before we get into it tonight, man, we just want to tell y'all, thank y'all, each and every one of y'all, for just coming in, man. 199 episodes in, man. God. All right, man, so because without y'all, we don't get to 199, right? Without y'all, there is no Trapping Tuesday. Without y'all, there is no Wall Street Trapper for sure. Without y'all, there is no Wall Street looking like us now. And definitely, without y'all, there is no Freedom Center. So for everybody that's just tapped in each and every week, man, listen, y'all don't, I know I say it every week, but y'all don't understand how powerful that you all are. Y'all don't understand, like, every repost, every share, every comment in the chat, every like, every super chat, like when you tell people about us and we don't know, every DM, all of that is what makes us who we are. And we love serving y'all. It is an honor. It is a pleasure that we have the privilege to get 2.5, 3 hours, sometimes even 4 hours out of y'all consistently. So for that, man, we just want to tell y'all again, thank y'all. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Let's go, man. All right, man. So due to the turn of events that we had today, my mind went straight to this topic right here. I thought about it that it's not interest rates. It's not the 10-year yield. It's not war. It's not Trump. The thing that is really threatening your wealth is panic. That's the thing that's threatening your wealth. You tend to see the market as the tool to become successful, but we forget the idea that in order to get there, we have to navigate without panic. In order to get to the wealth, in order to get to the returns, in order to get to the freedom, in order to get to the millions, we must be able to navigate without panic. See, what panic does is it alters our ability to see things for what they are. Panic often makes us forget the goal that we're after because in the moment, it seems like a life or death situation. Panic. Panic. Panic makes us see things that aren't there. Panic makes us feel things that aren't real. Panic makes us say things to ourselves that actually don't align with our goals. Panic. Having the ability to navigate panic is almost a superpower. Because no matter what area you're in, whether it's stocks, whether it's real estate, whether it's crypto, whether it's business, in order to achieve something that you've never achieved before, you must be able or must be good at navigating without panic. Because we must understand that there are blindside accidents waiting to happen. Chaos is a prerequisite to being a champion. ruckus is a prerequisite to reigning supreme. Storms are necessary to see success. But in order to come out the other end safe, in order to come out the other end victorious, in order to come out the other end, it is a prerequisite that we get good at navigating without panic. Mike Tyson said everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. And the reason why is because it's not the pain that comes with being punched in the face. It's the panic that comes with being punched in the face. It's the pressure that comes with being punched in the face. It's the paranoia that comes with being punched in the face. It's being able to navigate the punch in the face without panicking. Panic. Panic is so powerful, it makes people forget the goals that they set for themselves. Panic. Panic is so powerful, it makes people strive for mediocrity. Panic. Panic is so powerful, it makes you nullify your greatness because you feel like you aren't built to endure. Panic. Panic is a powerful tool. It's a powerful element. Panic makes you withdraw from a situation that you once said you were all in on. Panic. The great ones have figured out how to navigate the panic. Now, we talk about Michael Burry all the time. Everybody talk about his greatness and how phenomenal he is as a trader, but they don't understand he had to navigate the panic. Imagine having an idea that you thought the market was going to go one way and you had billions of dollars on the line, but for 18 months, you had to be under pressure in order to make billions. Imagine the panic that he had to go through. Imagine the pressure he had to go through, and now we consider him one of the greats. Panic. 18 months of being under pressure of the market going against him, but he did not alter the journey. Some say he's crazy. Some say he was stubborn. Some say he was egotistical. But here's what we do know. On the other side of not panicking, he became a billionaire investor. Panic makes the ordinary abort the mission. Panic. Everybody understands how great they can be until they understand what the goal requires. Panic. Very few can laugh in the face of it. Panic. Being down $1.5 million for the first time in my life. No panic, a little stress, but no panic. It's a difference. The ability to endure, but understanding what the capabilities are, understanding what I'm possessed with, understanding the tools that I have, understanding that it's not the game, it's me. Panic would have made me abort the mission. But here we are, a year and some change later, we've quadrupled that. Panic makes you miss the opportunity because of the obstacle. Panic. Key word here. Trap, why you keep saying it like that? Why? Because I need you to understand that the thing that you are set out to do will require you to persevere. Panic. I want you to think back to a moment in your life. Think back to a moment where you had to endure. Think back to a moment when everybody thought you would fail. Think back to a moment where on the outside it looked like everything was going against you, but on the inside you knew you would prevail. Panic. want you to think about that for a second. This is not about me riling you up. This is not about me motivating you. We way past that now. We're 199 episodes in. I don't got to motivate you. I don't even got to inspire you. I just need to lay the blueprint for you. I would be remiss if I said, like, this is our first time here. We've been here before. It would behoove you to disregard this message. We've been here before. But what I do know is when I look at days like this, I smile because I know what comes behind it. I smile when I envision every time I've been met with this, if I endure just a little bit, I know what came on the other side of it. So in actuality, I enjoy these moments. I understand that these moments are necessary because this lets me know on the other side, I can 3x it, I can 4x it, I can 5x it. So when I look at these moments, I'm like, yes, finally. Panic. I want you to think about a couple times where you gave up on something only to 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months later, say to yourself, man, I shouldn't have. Panic makes you forget why you started doing the thing. Okay, one of my brothers, Inky Johnson, said something to me one time, and I love this quote, and I won't paraphrase it. He says, what do you do when the emotion on why you started fades away? Let me say it again. What do you do when the emotion of why you started fades away and you are just left with the thing, with the principle, with the reason, but the emotion is gone? Right? Like, oh man, I'm excited to build wealth. I'm excited to do this. But what happens is it's a rigorous journey. Right? It's a rigorous journey to be great. It's a rigorous journey to be the first millionaire in your family, right? It's a process, it's a gauntlet. Building wealth is a gauntlet. It beats on you day in and day out. Only the strong survive. How many people you think got in the stock market and immediately told themselves, yup, I'm gonna be rich tomorrow? This is going to be my way out. You think we the only ones that realize that this is our way out? You know how many quit each day? You know how many give up each day? But you, the ones who tap in every Tuesday, the ones who dedicated, it's a chosen few. We like the 300 from Sparta. We've been through it. I watch y'all. You stand up. You close the laptop, you close the phone, you come back tomorrow. You navigate the panic. Because you built for it. This ain't your first time. And you know that what you represent means more than what's standing in front of you in the moment. Panic. Like what you represent. Like you being the first millionaire in your family, that represents something greater than the moment. You being the reason why the rest of your people get free represents something greater than the moment. You giving your kids freedom represents something greater than the moment. You let your grandkids be free represents something greater than the moment. You turning your last name to an asset represents something greater than the moment. You making your name right down in the history books, it means something's greater than the moment. The moment is temporary. What you stand for lasts a lifetime. Panic is what makes people forget the blueprint. Panic. We got to be really good at navigating without panic. And I'm going to say this, man, this is going to be really harsh right here, but y'all know who I am. Right? Y'all know who I am. Like, I don't hold no punches. Like, I'm always real with us. I've been in a lot of life or death situations, and the only thing that kept me alive was I did not panic. And the only thing that hurt the person that was with me was because they panicked. And so instead of two of us being gone, one of us survived. Panic. Panic. Your ability to stay calm and control your thoughts, control your feelings, control your blood in the moment. Panic. I've seen times where, I've seen times where, like, I don't want to use that example because that's a tender spot, but I've seen times where, like, I've heard, like, where airplane pilots were, the plane was coming down really fast and it's about to crash, and the only reason the plane didn't, like, nosedive and blow up was because the pilot did not panic. The only reason everybody on the plane did not die because the pilot didn't panic. When a woman is giving birth to a kid, it's said that it is the most excruciating pain that she can ever feel, and she's 1 foot in the grave and 1 foot out. And one of the things that keeps her alive, the doctor and the people around her, their goal is to make sure she breathes right and not panic. She's 1 foot in the grave when giving birth. And the number one thing they need her to do is breathe, because breathing controls how she operates. Breathing lets her endure the pain. Breathing keeps her from panicking. So her navigating the panic is how she gives birth. That's over your head. I'm saying you can't give birth to the thing that's inside of you because you panicking. You can't give birth. You keep crowning. You keep crowning because you panicking. You crowning, fam. I'm talking. So you keep aborting the mission. You keep aborting the mission because you don't know how to breathe. When it get tough, you don't know how to breathe. When the pressure is unbearable, you don't know how to breathe. And the one thing I realized in my life is the moment you give birth to quitting, it becomes a natural habit. It gets easier the second time. It becomes a lifestyle the third time. It's a part of your DNA and your genetics the fourth time. And the fifth time you pass it on. Quitting cannot be an option at your table. The goal for you is I navigate without panicking, because what I represent is bigger than the moment. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper, episode 199. Let's go, Jose. How we feeling, bro? How we feeling, bro?
Man, I'm feeling amazing, bro.
How we feeling, bro?
I see what we doing already again.
Come on, bro.
I see what we doing.
Come on, bro.
You know what I'm saying? We had people out here panicking.
Panicking.
You know?
Panicking.
It's just another Tuesday.
Just another Tuesday, bro. In the trap.
Right.
Just another Tuesday.
My dog said, look, y'all act like I photoshopped this one. They gotta keep that same energy.
Bruh.
They gotta keep the same energy.
Bruh.
Mm-hmm.
I just be, you know, we live in a world where people think everything's fake.
Yeah.
And so what happens is they keep moving the goalposts for me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They keep moving the goalposts on me. So 1 minute they saying like, Woman to just, show the percentages.
Yep.
So we went a year
Yep.
showing percentages. Now the percentages, first it was, we don't show no losses. So in 2022, we started showing losses. Then it was, show the percentages. So all 23 and 24, we showed percentages. And then it was, just because you got a lot of money.
Oh, you forgot the paper trade.
Oh,
You forgot the paper trade.
yeah, that ain't real. And then it was, show your P&L. So we did that at the end of every year. And now it's Photoshop.
And AI.
And AI.
Take a sip on them. Take a sip on them. Cheers.
What they say?
Cheers.
Salud.
Salud. That thing frosty. George got you right on that one.
George got me right on that
You
one.
got that, yeah.
George got me right on that
With
one.
his big baby toe in that.
All right, man. So we got a couple super chats in the building, man. No panic, Baltimore, in God I trust, and trap in my... Let's go, man. DBH, I see you, brother. I appreciate you, family. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. We appreciate all y'all in the trap tonight. That's it, bro. How we feeling, man? I feel good. How you feel? I saw you on the gram the other day.
Yesterday.
In the rain. What was going on, bro?
Bro, I went outside. I do my outside joint all the time. And I'm talking about the heavens opened up. It was coming down sideways like hell.
When that was yesterday?
Yeah.
Did it rain
Was
period out here?
Yeah.
Bro, I wonder because I got home, bro. All my lights were flickering.
Yeah.
So I have these lights in the house that's like, you can change colors and stuff. And the only time they come on like that is when the power shut out.
Yeah.
So when I came home, I'm like, yo, why are all my lights? And I thought about it, I said, oh, I saw Jose running. It must have was storming.
Bro, it was ridiculous. You just seen everybody on the track.
But why would what would make you like record yourself in that moment? Like what about, what about you said, let me record
let me
myself?
tell you what it was. I'm in an accountability group and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we out here regardless, whatever. And then I was like, man, let me post this joint. And it was ugly. It was ugly.
Bro, like you had snot coming out your nose, bro.
Bruh, it was just everything that was just coming down, bro. I told you it was nasty. It was nasty.
And you thought that was a good idea to post that?
You know me. Yeah.
Hey, when we getting the big reveal, cuz?
It's coming. I'm married now. You can't just be doing all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You just can't be doing that. Rob saw me today. He was like, oh, okay, I see the arms just doing a little something, because I ain't had the hoodie on.
Man, Rob, what you in, Rob? 400?
350?
I'm straight, cuz. I'm straight, cuz.
I said, I put the medium shirt on today. Rob was like, I see you, boy. They working.
Somebody got the investors for 2 months. It's JULSOC 3129. King Leonidas lead the way. I bet.
Shout out to all of the channel members. And some of the Patreon, they got to see the trap preaching, the sermon message. It's still live in there. You know what I'm saying? There's been some great feedback on that, bro. So shout out to the channel members.
Oh, they saw the sermon?
Yeah.
Hey, if you in a group, let me hear. Somebody say something about it?
Yeah, everybody been saying something about that.
What they saying about it?
They've been loving it. Of course, they already like Pastor Trap, Reverend Trap, Minister Trap, Bishop
I don't do that all my life. You know why? Let me tell you something. I was talking to, I ain't gonna say their names. So I was talking to a friend of mine, right? And I was telling them, man, like I still like trap music. I don't like murder music. I like get money music. Right?
Okay.
And I don't like the murder music. Right? That ain't my MO, cause that's bad. Like I don't like the murder music, but I think that's crazy. But I like Get Money Music, bro. And I'm not gonna never stop listening to it. And so even on my page, I will post the Get Money Music.
And so now people like, oh.
Somebody DM'd me the other day and was like, what kind of message? She was like, so the person said, you had a great sermon, and then the next day, you got Jeezy. I said, hey, I'm not a pastor. I said, hey, let me tell you something right quick though. Get that log out your eye.
Hey, look. Yeah.
That log out your eye.
Yeah.
Before you see that speck in mine. I'm just here.
It's my page.
It's mine. But I'm gonna tell you something. One of my close friends who's in that field was like, he said, I don't want this for you, bro. I was like, huh? He was like, hey, you cold-blooded. He's like, stay there and do, he said, because, bro, it's so judgmental right here, bro.
Yep.
He's like, and I could see you, like, in that field, like, I said, hey, man, God's still working on me, yeah.
The clip's still loaded.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking to myself, bro, like, that's, like, I don't like murder music, but I like trap music, bro. And I know that wouldn't sit right, because I could see me, like, pulling up. This is gangster music. This is gangster.
As long as they pulling up in a church park, you know how on the way to the church, and then when you get close, you gotta put on the...
Now I gotta switch it to So we pull out the parking lot, and like, this is more than words. This is more than trap. This is the streets.
Yeah.
I am the trap.
Hey, look.
You feel me? I just want to stay in my lane, bro. And that, you know what happened though? I'm gonna tell you something. You remember when Jesus was healing people, right? And then he kind of got fed up with people for a minute.
Okay. Yeah.
People don't like to talk about it. He got fed up with people for a minute, so he went on a mountain.
Yeah.
People were trying to put the crown on him too early. You feel me? They were trying to put the crown on him too early. And it was like, hey, I can't let y'all put the crown on me.
Right.
Because y'all gonna be the ones that try to.
Yep.
I need a big homie to.
Yeah.
That's how I feel in my life right now. Not comparing myself to Christ that, but just saying like, that's why I be like telling people like, man, chill out with that. Cause what happens is you'll start buying into it.
You definitely will.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to buy into that. I'm Wall Street trapper, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I'm learning my word. I like to talk about the word, but don't put me under that pet, under that. Let them stay over there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I won't be able to speak it. And then I remember you had a conversation and you was like, hey, bro, you about to go preach this Sunday. I was like, I know. And we just had a conversation about something.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, hey, but that ain't my life, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And you talk about a lot of money.
And let God come sit down on side me and be like, hey, bro.
It's time.
Handle my business. Then I'll be like, dang, bro.
Yeah. But then, because of where you started, because of where you started, you'll be the only one who could talk about the money.
So that's what now, I'm gonna say my other brother name, Pastor Keon. So he hit me up and he was like, hey, bro, you got something. He said, you got something. He said, bro, I listened to that. He said, first of all, them suits gonna get you in trouble. He said, first of all, them suits gonna get you in trouble because they too clean. He said, hey, but you got something. He said, bro, he like, you can navigate, because you started here, you can navigate that space of talking to, he was like, he told me, he said, you said something that was so powerful. He said, a lot of preachers gotta stay away from money talk because of the backlash that they get about it. And I asked myself that question, like, why do people be so hard on churches for talking about money when the Bible talk about money? It talk about getting money, it talk about stewardship of money, it talk about greed, it talks about passing money down, it talks about business, it talk about counting the cost. Like, it talks about every aspect of money that we need to know how to navigate. So why is it that we don't let churches talk to us about money, but it's okay for churches to ask us to give money? It's okay for us to tithe and offer to a church, but it's not okay for the church to tell us about money. Why is that a bad thing?
I mean, you know, there's a lot of church hurt. They've been hurting in their pockets.
What is church hurt?
Church hurt, basically, you've been hurt by the people that's in the church for whatever reason.
How do people in church can hurt you?
Different things. They could be judgmental. They could be talking bad behind your
you
back.
Can't be the usher,
gossip. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you can't get in your seat. You fight with somebody in the parking lot. It's so many different things. You're like, oh, that's my pocket space. How y'all fighting in the church parking lot? That's what we doing? You know what I'm saying? Then your pocket's hurting, but then you see the pastor pull up in the Bentley. You're like, you know what?
The pastor can't pull up in the Bentley.
Right.
I had my Bentley before.
I got a 96 Corolla. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to anybody with a 96 Corolla. We love you. But I got a 96 Corolla. It's 2026.
Man, Jose crazy. Ashley, what's up, love? I appreciate you. Ashley, no love. What's up, love?
So yeah, that's what church hurt. Again, also shout out to Men's Mental Health Month. We still in
Men's Mental Health Month.
Yeah,
Say, bro, listen. Let me say something right quick before we get into what we got to talk about. Bro, listen. I was having a conversation maybe, I don't know, a day or two ago about, man, bro, so when we talk about, I got to call my therapist tomorrow too. But I got to talk to her, man, because like, bro, like vulnerability is such a tough thing for me, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it almost come out sometimes like I'm being standoffish. But bro, vulnerable. And then I'm gonna tell you, when I am being vulnerable, my fear is that you use my vulnerability against me.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, my fear is that you use it against me. And then you use it against me, now it makes me like,
I ain't doing that again. Yeah. That's real.
you know what I'm saying, bro? Because like, bro, I've been through so much in my life. And everybody has been through so much in their life, right? I guess that's everybody's story, right? So like, I know what I've been through in life, bro. And like, I think vulnerability for me is like being able to tell you something, being able to share something with you about my past that I've been holding on to for a long time. And I know I probably shouldn't say it to you, but I'm going to say it to you because that's my way of showing you like, yo, I trust you.
I trust you. Yep.
So even if I don't do all the things, like look at how I'm showing up. Like, is this vulnerability that I'm expressing to you, are you handling that with care?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, bro? Not so much as saying, like, I love you. Like, I don't feel like that's vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I think you get to a space and you see somebody, you with somebody, you be like, man, I love you, man. Like, and I think that may mean something, I don't know, but that may mean different, that may mean something different to everybody, right? But I think when you think about love, I think about, like, somebody you're willing to be compassionate with, somebody you are willing to make adjustments in your life for. When I think about love, I think about somebody you are willing to protect, you willing to sacrifice for, somebody you willing to hear, somebody you are willing to put them before you, right? When I think about love, right? But I think there's another layer where it's like, I'm willing to be like vulnerable.
That's the thing you hide in the closet. Talk to people about that. To be that?
Yeah, like I'm willing to be vulnerable. Like, because as a man, like I can put you before me. That's okay. Like I can put you before me, right? I can show up as protective. I can listen. You know, like, and even being willing to do that. I might be talking to some of my fellas right now, right? I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to put my ego to the side and say, all right, I hear you. Like, now I mean, I answer in the moment. Because that's the type of person I am. Like, what I'll do is, I'm not going to answer you in a moment.
Yeah.
And I do that specifically for a reason. It's because I don't want to answer something in the heat of the moment with somebody I care about.
Yeah.
I would rather leave it and come back so I can give you a good answer, right? Also, I'm heavy on not saying something in the moment that I got to apologize for later.
Yeah.
That's something I've always been taught. Like one of my OGs told me that. It was like, hey, listen, you know, a drunk person and an angry person are always going to speak their mind. Right? So be mindful in the heated discussion what you say. Catch yourself. Because And he gave me an example. He said, if I drop a glass and tape it back up, is the glass the same? I'm like, no. He's like, but is it fixed? I'm like, partially. He said, exactly. It's not the same no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he was like, even you come back and say, I'm sorry, I apologize, it really don't take back what you made that person feel in the moment. And so I've always been mindful on, like, if I know I'm about to say something, I'll be like, I'm gonna go it on in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave that alone.
Yeah.
And I'll come back the next day and talk about it. At least I know I ain't say nothing that I ain't. And so because I'm like that, it's hard for me to accept when somebody say something to me that they gotta apologize for. Because I'm not gonna forget it.
Yeah. Hands down. Yeah.
I'm not gonna forget it. So I part of me don't excuse people when they say stuff to me and be like, man, I apologize for saying. I be like,
right.
Heard.
Yeah.
But I can't look at you the same.
Man, it's like credit.
Yeah.
You take a while to build it up. It's gonna take even longer once you drop that.
So now I be like,
Yeah.
And so I think that's where the vulnerability coming at. Like when you vulnerable with somebody and then they say something that hits you, you be like, damn, bro, like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
But then the other part of me is, what is grace coming at?
That's a whole nother sermon. But now, reason why I even brought it up, man. First off, shout out to my wife, because I've been like in this
Ash!
Life been lifing, but my wife been wifing. So, bruh, I want to make sure I salute. I want to salute my wife on that, bruh, because she's holding it down in this space, bruh. It's a beautiful thing. Fellas, get married to the right one. Let me make sure we clear. To the right one.
How do you know it's the right one?
I mean, that's a whole nother thing. Might be a trial and error type there.
Okay.
Make sure your discernment right. Jesus, hey, what you talking? Talk to me. Tell me. Is this the right one?
Okay, let me ask you a question. Before we get to the show, what made you say, because me and you've been talking for a long time. I told her, I'm like, hey, bro, like, I think Ash was the one. Just because I know she knows bars.
Yeah.
And I know you.
Yeah.
But let me say this different. You my dog. I know from what I've seen about you in the last 4 or 5 years. Yeah. And I know Ash. So what made you say, bro, she the one? Come on, we got a show. We ain't going too far. Just give me one thing off the top. Just one thing off the top.
One thing, she had these green pants on, and I was like, sheesh.
I asked this man about marriage. This man said the green jeans.
The second joint, when we had our talk.
Man, first Jose, hey, you hear your husband? You hear your husband?
She know.
I asked this man about what the one, what that man said, man, she on these green jeans.
This thing was crazy. Boy. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
Hey, man, let's shout out some of our people, man. I can't. Bruh, you heard this dude? Bruh, I'm like, what make her the one? Nigga, she had them green jeans on. What, dog? What?
That's what it hit me.
The green jeans, I'm sold.
Yeah.
The green jeans?
Yep.
Hang it up. It's over.
It's over.
Put the jersey up to the Raptors.
It's up. That's it.
All right, let's holler at some of our people, man. We got Carolina Blue in the building, Square Biz in the building, Pascal in the building, Swanee Foe in the building, Will Mack in the building, Gino B 3600 in the building, Jermaine Cobbs is in the building, Michael 1 Anthony 619. God damn, Mike. Mike said that thing must have was thinging. Hey, man. Hey, man. Hey, too much. Not too much. Not too much on my dog wife, now. Not too much on. Bring it down. Bring it down a little bit. I feel you.
You're right.
Be like, oh, bro, I can't deal with y'all tonight, cuz. All right, let's see what we got, man. We got Amanda Lizzo. I think that's what that is. Shameless on Wall Street, Flying Doc Q. I am Tory Lynn. What's good, love? Nappy Turfs. I see you, family. Tamar Buchanan. Sons of Silky. Texas OG. Zay Will. Miss Groovy Tool. Ricky Atkinson, first gen millionaire, I see ya. Shout out to Rich D53 for the membership. KB Mississippi Traveler, Double R, I am TC, Doug Perry, Stu Gotti, what's happening? DC the Collector, what's good? You know it's the right one when you stop dating all the ones. Stop dating people that are not assigned to your purpose. How you know somebody assigned to your purpose? How do you know that? Y'all just be coming up with stuff, man. They just be making up stuff that sounds.
They gotta get it under 140 characters.
They just be making up stuff. Stop dating people that ain't assigned to your purpose. How do I know they ain't assigned to my purpose or not if I don't date them? How do I know? How do I know? Oh, my bad. How do I know? Short Bed Shorty, what up? Earnso23, what up? Larry Morgan, what up? Stello76, what up? SB Glow, what's happening, man? Zay Will, what's good? Kimi 305, what's good? Chopper Fellas, what's good? TM4, I'm in the building. Hold on, who that is from TM4? Brandell 4625, I see you. Ashley No Love, what's good, love? Bill Oliver, Tori Simmons, what's good? Infinite Returns, what's happening? Nathan Higgins, what's good? Tarsha Saunders, what's up? Shelly Booker, I see you, Queen. Paul Bricks, man, what's happening, Brody? The right one brings out the best in you. Now that I like. Lorenzo Williams, that's right. I can agree with that one, family. Boogie Down 502, I see you. Uncle T, what's happening, fam? Square Biz, what's happening, fam? Wall Street Mac, what's good, brother? Nate the Great, I see you. Savvy Trades Queen, I see you. Nikki Bonds, 980, I see you. Bud, what's happening, man? Bud Thompson 3. Charlotte Jones, I see you. Yoshi, what's good, family? Boss Life, I see you. Jermaine Chase, I see you. Anna Martinez, I see you, fam. Yo, Fred, what's good? CJ 5060, what's good? All right, we're gonna kill it right there. So I hit y'all later on. 4LMGG, what's good? Prince Twin, what's good? Davion, what's good, man? I ain't seen you in a while, bruh. Shazam X, I can't leave without hollering at you, family. The Nurse Trader, Robin Pierce. That's a long name, Queen. Ace of Ounces, okay. Ace of OZs, okay, brother. Okay. CJ 560, I see you. All right, we're gonna kill it right there, Jose. Let's kill it right there. 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 All right, man, we got a great show tonight to talk about a lot of things. We're gonna talk about the market. We're gonna talk about SpaceX. Talk about Google. So we're gonna talk about a couple of things tonight, man. That's gonna be really, really, really good, man. So also, next week, in person. We sold out of seats? We sold out of seats?
We got a couple.
Oh, we sold out of seats for next week? We stretched it? That mean...
We got a couple seats. Couple.
That mean don't push it, Trap.
Right.
That's what that means. Say it once, don't say it twice.
Look, we already started setting up.
Look, that's when I saw a chat, I said, what we got? He said, we stretch it.
Yeah.
We stretch it. That mean don't push it.
Yeah, because knowing you,
I'm gonna say this.
Get 300 in this joke. Like,
I'm gonna say this. If I say 3, that's too many?
300 is crazy.
No, man.
Oh.
3 seats. If I say 3 seats, 5 or 3. What we going for, 5 or 3?
We gave them.
All right, 5 seats. Bernard said 5 seats, that's a max. That's a wrap. He said we going too far. We don't push that. I'm just gonna say something. We pushed 115, y'all. I didn't want, but I keep saying. It's a
Link pinned at the bottom. Go ahead, rock out. Get y'all, get it, get
going
it.
for 5 more seats.
See y'all up in the A.
5 more seats. That's it. Do you cap it off at 5? All right, he capped it off at 5. I mean, he gonna shut it down. So if the 5 happen before it's over with.
Yeah, because we gotta, put some food in your stomach. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of. Please get here early. We don't want no latecomers. This is a live show.
Live.
Live. We still gotta make sure we hit the people on the network page.
Got a live show.
You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
Yeah.
You need to do I don't know. Anyway. I don't want to come up with nothing else, bro.
Man, you changing, bro. What is good? I ain't mad at it.
Well, I was about to add something to it.
I know, but the fact that you just said...
I look to the back. I look behind you.
Oh, okay.
I look yonder. I look for yonder.
Damn, the nervous look.
I went and looked yonder, and they was panicking.
I don't think I ever heard you say that. Like,
what?
yo, I'm going to stop coming up with new stuff. I'm going to just...
No. Meaning for this.
I know.
No. Meaning for this.
I know.
How about to say, man, we can add...
Yes.
Hey, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got 5 seats, man. We're going to go with 5. And know that I pushed that 5. So we're going to be like the Price is Right. We're live, studio audience. All right, let's get it, man. Let's get to our certified trapper mantra. If you're new here, we say this each and every week. Trap be stressing the team out with the add-ons. As you know it, I'm talking about, listen, I did something for the webinar Saturday. Boy, if you could see them faces, it was priceless.
Then it be last moment.
I'm talking about,
Dog, it's 10 minutes for the webinar. Hey, bro, let's go ahead and we're gonna add on some.
I led with this.
Bring around the rosies.
This spur them on right here. I know the team ain't gonna like it. Everybody like,
oh yeah, let's bring on George.
Come here, George. Everybody like, wait. I'm like, this, look, bro, Jose was like this.
All right, yo, I want to do a cartwheel about the third quarter of the webinar.
I be wanting people to know it's live, bro. I was like, hey, the team ain't gonna like this, but this. As soon as I said the team ain't gonna like this, they like, code red. I just see everybody.
Because after you gonna be like, why y'all ain't play catch up with me?
Hey,
bruh.
I be Omaha.
Yeah, at least.
I went ISO, Jose. I went ISO, cuz. I went ISO, Jose. Be panicking when I go ISO, boy. Let's go.
Wait, I don't panic. I mean, like you said, a little bit of stress, but I don't panic.
I ain't gonna say you panic. You definitely like
911 operator.
You flinch.
Oh yeah, you gonna get a little.
You usually a straight shooter, but then you be like,
yep. Yep.
All right, let's go.
Yep.
All right, let's get it, y'all. All right, so we saw our mantra off each and every week, man. I am a certified Wall Street trapper. I'm confident in my ability to make great investments. The stock market is a machine that prints money, and I am more than capable of operating this machine. Not only will I free myself, but my family will eat for a lifetime based on the information that I apply today. I'm a money maker and a wealth builder. Today, I break all the chains that anchor me to that poverty mindset. My ancestors will smile now because I've turned our last name into an asset. My family's purchasing power will increase indefinitely. Today, I make the declaration that no longer will I be a slave to money. No longer will the generation behind me inherit lack. No longer will I submit to selling my time for money. I am a first-generation millionaire. I am the architect of my family's legacy. I am a certified Wall Street trapper. And Wall Street looks like us now. Let's go. We ready? All right, man. So let's get it, man. We got a lot to talk about tonight, bruh. And got a lot going on today, but really, I ain't gonna lie to you. We got a lot going on today, but bro, like, I wasn't even tripping, dog. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. Cause honestly, it wasn't as bad as people think it was. Even though, yeah, I lost a bag today. But, bro, like, in the grand scheme of things, like, I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna put that out there like this, bro. Like, this month alone, till today, I was up 1.6 million. In June. Today, I lost 700,000 of it. So I mean, I still up a M this month alone. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this month alone, bro. And the reason being is because you just let leaders lead, bro. And so, you know, don't get me wrong, I woke up this morning, I was like, damn, all right, bet. All right, I knew the initial shock was gonna be, because I saw it overnight. I was like, all right, bet. Because I saw when the Korean market crashed. I was like, okay, that's probably gonna trickle over. It trickled over, you know. And you're like, all right, bet. You had a rebound that's gonna take place. You're like, all right, bro. Like, is it enough for me to just, like, be scared? Like, nah, bro, I'm still sitting on $500,000 on the side, $600,000 on the side. I'm like, all right, bro, like, I really ain't tripping. Like, and I hope, like, the people that's in the Patreon felt the same way today. You know, and I saw that. I'm gonna be honest with you, I gotta congratulate them because they dealt with that well today. Like, I was traveling today, but they really dealt with that pretty good today. Like, I saw them in a group, and they wasn't really panicking. You know, they was like, hey, you know, they was looking for entries. They was like, entry time. You know what I'm saying? I felt good about that because, like, probably a year ago, they would have been panicking. You know what I'm saying? But I think I got some OGs in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, J-Bo, Nate, Uncle T back, Bud back, Belina in the building, Davion in the building, you know, Shelby in the building. We got some hitters in there now that Tay-C in the building. We got kind of some hitters in there now that really help navigate the game. Jermaine Chase is in the building. My guy Hugh is in the building. Wallstreet Max say my eighth of a brick still afloat in them 3 plays. It's a fact. So we got some, somebody say, bro, the method really works. For sure, I appreciate that. So we got like some hitters in there, and I mean, like, they just, gotta shout out, what's my guy name, man? Damn, man, he be talking crazy in there. Bane is in there. You know, Bane is in there. Long Lee is in there. Gino in there. So we got some hitters up in there that done like been through it. E-Mart, Zay, you know what I'm saying? Somebody said, man, Belina don't be caring, Trap. She don't. You know, but I think we've built up such a culture in there to where, like, some people have been a part of that, like, they understand the mindset and the method of how we execute. And so I made a post today and I was like, bro, like, I'm more aggressive on days like this than I am on green days. But I'm also mindful of where the aggression comes from. Like, so I put in the day, here's what we looking for, y'all. We looking for any demand zones. We looking for any dynamic supports. We looking for regular support, gap fill reversals, and the Fibonacci bounces. That's what we looking for, right? So now we're not just pulling the trigger recklessly. And so I was just proud of them today. I executed some plays in that today, but most importantly, I just looked at how they navigated. And that shit made me proud, bro. I ain't gonna lie, 'cause like, I ain't had to come in there and check people like, hey, man, what y'all doing, man? Like, you like gotta come check hey, shut up, chill out, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Don't press no goddamn buttons, sit down. I ain't had to do that today. I opened, first I looked at my phone, I was like, all right, bet. I went to the app, I was like, all right. You know what? Oh, damn. All right. All right in there. You know what I'm saying? So I really felt that. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say that, man. Shout out to the Patreon OGs, man, who done been in for a while, you know, navigated this space so many times with me, and we've always come out on the other side winning. You know what I'm saying? We've endured. Alex, gotta shout Alex. They got two Alexes, so shout Alex. Alex, shout to my Creo. You know, we got some real hitters up in there that really be like helping the people navigate when I can't get in sometimes. And so I really want to just appreciate the Patreon OGs for that. So, all right. So what I want to do now is I want to tell y'all, I want to go to a play. I'll show y'all a play we executed on. Davion, yeah, I said Davion. Can we see my screen? All right, cool, there we go. All right, good. So I'll give y'all a play I was looking at. Got the, oh, boy, Jose, why you ain't tell me, cut? I'm about to go down. Cut.
Then you be like, why you telling my business?
I'm about to go down, cut. Man, what's going on here?
12%.
What's happening right here? Let me get a review. I don't know what's going on. My shit's stuck. That sucker don't even want to move. Nah, he's stuck for real. Let me see something. All right. You want to be on Highway Enterprise 2.4? 2.4 is good, Jose? 2.4 is good? All right, there we go. I think we got some action now. I don't know, I think we got a little action right here. All right, let's do this then. Let's go to the money and come back to the chart. When this start working, I'll just come back to it. For whatever reason this can't, I don't want to hold the show up. Let's go to the money, and then we'll just come back to the chart when the chart start working. Let's get to the money. We'll come back to the chart, y'all. We'll come back when the chart, I don't know, we're having an issue with the internet right now. All right, so let's get to the recession portfolio. All right, so two plays we got in today was ACLS. That was one play we got in. And I'm gonna get back to the chart, bro. I'm gonna get back to the chart, y'all. So that was a play we got in toward the end of the day earlier. The BE play we got in right there. I like those plays. I was interested because I saw CrowdStrike holding up. I was like, dang, CrowdStrike really held up today. That was pretty cool. What surprised me was Dell. Like, Dell just, like, came out the gate running and just stayed up all day. So I was like, okay, that's good. Then we got the drum play. We entered the drum play late. And y'all can see, like, damn, Trap, why you got all them plays? Because, listen, I don't mind being I don't mind. I live my life, man. Whatever's running, we're going to run. Shooter's going to shoot, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't scared of being multiple legs of the same play. I ain't tripping. Got in a GE play. Crazy part, we got in this play yesterday. It ran up when we got in the play, then it reversed today. I said, you dirty dog. So the GLW, that's the play we executed today. We got in that play today. definitely want to just talk about that play if I can, whenever it come up. Okay, it's working for me, so I guess. Yeah. We'll talk about that play. Today is coming. And then we got the Intel play that worked out. So Intel is doing pretty good. Notice I only got like a couple plays that's red, and that was the plays we got in today. Besides, everything else is green. It's just profits got took. We up so big on stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it really just took profits from stuff that was, the stuff that's red was the two players from the top. The CrowdStrike is an old play we in that kind of turned. It's only down like 11%. And then the DRAM and the GEV play. Got a GEV yesterday, got in DRAM today. So we good with that. Go a little further. Then here's the rest of the list. LCRX, we got in that. Marvell, MU. Got to be careful because MU got earnings tomorrow. NBIS, Palo Alto, another one stood up today. So cybersecurity stood up strong today. SNDK. I should have asked George how you feeling today because I know he in one of them joints. Did you sell the play today? All right, cuz. We got STX, and WDC. So that's kind of what we in right now, y'all. I feel good about it. Another play I like is COHR. I like that. I do think tomorrow is going to be a hell of a day. Tomorrow going to be a real interesting day. So let's go a little further. So Sean not here, but as we can see, the buy and hold is still up 37% year to date. You know it was a hell of a day when my buy and hold lost $54,000. And it all came from MU. That sucker fell so hard today. I don't know if y'all saw it, but my MU play lost $130,000 today. And the crazy part was, it wasn't nothing I could do about it. Like, it happened early this morning. So, like, out the gate, it was just like, whoa. Like, it came out the gate down 10%. So it was nothing I could do about that. Like, opening bell, down 10%. It ain't nothing I could do about that. Like, you could cut it, and like, all right, I'm still up about 40, 50,000. So it just dropped out. The two plays I'm down big on, out the gate, they was big. So it wasn't like they got big. They like progressively they got larger losses. It was like out the gate, boom, we dead. So I couldn't do nothing about that. So it was SNDK and MU out the gate. They just like they was down big out the gate. So I couldn't really, you know, sometimes you can like, all right, it's down, let me take some out the table. Like if it would have been like, all right, it's down 5%, it's like out the gate, 10%. Yeah, you couldn't scale out of that. It's either you're gonna sell the whole thing and be cool with it. And I was like, damn, bro, like it took me a little minute to get up 100 and something thousand, bro. Like, damn. So couldn't really do nothing about that. So anyway, Costco, EME, Fix, I promise you, I'm gonna tell you something, dude. If this stock, I promise you, if I could get that Fix stock on sale, I'm a snatch that, because that stock been on fire. That's one of them ones, bro. I'm gonna look for that one. Military, ITA, military ETF, MU. Again, anytime a buy and hold lose 50,000 in a day, you know shit real. I'm sorry, you know things real. You know stuff real. But NVIDIA, not really a bad day today. PWR, that's what I'm looking at. STX, that was one. That was the ones that hit me today. STX really didn't do that bad. TPL and Walmart is back green. So that's what we in the Patreon from our buy and hold all the way to our option plays. That's where we at, man. Wait, did he exit Walmart? Man, you know I've been out of Walmart, E-Will, man. Don't do that. Yeah. So, you know, again, with MU and SNDK, out the gate, they was just like, out the gate, they got hit. Like, opening bell, bing, 931, down, 10%. It's not gonna do about that. You gotta roll with it. You gotta make a decision. I'm gonna cut the whole thing, get out of it, see what's gonna happen. Nah, tomorrow, big day. Tomorrow, Tomorrow, big day. We got MU earnings after the bell. I hate when one stock holds so much pressure on the market. So tomorrow gonna be a big day. Tomorrow, like if MU misses or do something, market gonna go bloody red. Like after the bell, it's gonna be a catastrophe. If they hit and like run it up, it's probably like a stabilizer. Like So when I saw yesterday, I just closed my. Now here's the crazy part: was yesterday, even though the market was down yesterday, I had a killer day because our leaders were still on fire. So I still clipped for 240, 250 yesterday. So I wasn't really tripping. Yesterday ain't bothering me. I was like, all right, it's a down market, but I'm still good. It was today. Anyway, come join the Patreon, man, if y'all want to come lock in with us, man. Come lock in. Roll the beautiful bean for this, Jose.
Showing the Wall Street Trapper. Patreon.
And cut. All right, I'm still having an issue with my thing up here, bro. So I want to get it, but it may be on my side. I'm just having an issue with it, you hear me? So what we'll do is I'll just keep trying, you hear me, Jose? I'll just keep trying every now and then, like through a video or something. I'll just keep trying, and then when it come up, we'll do a chart with Trap, you feel me? Yeah, I'll just keep trying it. I don't want to force it, but I'll just keep trying it.
I'm about to say, probably just needed some power, too. We're gonna
So
see
what?
Some power.
Yeah, I'll just keep trying it. I ain't really tripping. Let's go. All right, so we'll get back to the chart with Trap, y'all. Don't trip. Y'all know we're gonna show y'all something. So we're just having a little internet issue. That's it. All right, let's get into it, man. Let's get some chart, man. Shout out to Money Rail. Money Rail 05. Yo, Trap, I got my ticket, but unfortunately I can't make it. But I'd love to give my spot to a fellow trapper. All right. Let's get with the squad and figure out how to do that, you hear me? We'll donate to somebody. Shout out to Money Rail 062, for sure. We definitely will donate that to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna get a free 1, 2, 3. All right, let's get it. Somebody said, you gotta skip this chart and do flush or flip. But we ain't gotta flush or flip it so long. All right, let's get it, man. June has been very weak in midterm years. And this is why we like to give data. So for us, data is everything. For us, it ain't about just, for us, it ain't just about, coming on, saying the obvious. We like to give data because our goal is to equip you on how to navigate the market, right? We want to equip you on how to navigate the market. So check this out, more data for you. June has been a very weak period in midterm years. Remember, this is a midterm year. The S&P 500 is down close to 3% in June currently. So this month alone, we are still firmly in the June swoon period. That's what they call it, June swoon, like monsoon, June swoon, right? That's an idea they have. It's a terminology that they have. And historically, June in a midterm year is quite weak. The good news is July has been very strong. And this is how it looks. Since 1950, this is what June looked like, right? Since 1920, this is what June looked like. In the past 10 years, this is what June looked like. But in the midterm year, this is what June looked like, right? So there's 4 different scenarios on what June looked like in the 1950s. Since 1950, that's what it looked like. So from 1950 to now, that's what it looked like. In the past 20 years, this is what June looked like. In the past 10 years, This is what June looked like. And then in the midterm year, this is what June looked like, right? So now look at July. So it says, in the last 50 years, and since 1950, this is what July looked like. And I'm going to test y'all right now too. Watch this. In the past 20 years, this is what July looked like. In the past 10 years, this is what July looked like. And in the midterm year, this is what July looked like. All right, now watch this. In August and September, what has the market and midterm year look like? So that means come sometime in July, we need to be scaling back and preparing for what's ahead. There's no need for us to be underwater. So what we need to do is prepare. Now remember, every year, everything does not, I want to say this, history doesn't always repeat itself, but it sometimes rhyme. So this is telling us that June is actually probably like where it needs to be at, right? But it's also saying that come July, come August, we at least probably need to scale. I mean, come July, August, September, we probably can ride out July, but in July, we probably need to start scaling back. Does that make sense? So come July, we need to be like, all right, y'all, let's start scaling back on some of the positions, right? Don't mean you got to completely get out, but let's start scaling back some of the positions. And if we think about it, remember what we talked about earlier in the year. And I said, if you're looking at this V-shaped recovery, we probably got to about what? August. That's right in line with what the data said. That's so crazy. And that was before I saw the data. I was like, if we look at this V-shaped recoveries, how they been happening, I said we probably got to about August, and this shows us that in August, we should probably be scaling back some. So we can eat July, then start. It don't mean you got to get out the market completely, but it means, hey, let's make our position smaller. Let's not be overexposed. Somebody, Pascal say last September was bullish. What was wild? Well, let's go previous. September was bullish, but we got murdered in July and August. So let's think about that. Like we got punched in the face in July and August. So we ran up May, June, and then late July, we got hit. August, we got hit. And then I said, hey, I think we're going to rally in September. So you got to remember there's context that got to be added to that. For buying holds, you never want to trim your buying holds. You want to be adding more. Never trim buying hold. We talking about trade. Never trim your buying hold. You should be looking to add more. You know what I'm saying? So somebody said, bro, I remember. Yeah, July punched us in the face. You know what I'm saying? July, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you got to put that into context. So in this year, let's say, all right, we get a little bounce back. Now remember, if June is a bad month, so we got to see if we get followed through tomorrow. Now, I'm not going to lie. Like, if we get some follow through tomorrow, I may trim some positions just because I don't know what MU going to do. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. And if they smash, then I ain't mad. If they collapse, you're like, damn. So you just trim some off the table, right? That's all. Like, we've been up so big, it's okay. It's okay. All right, so that's what I want y'all to look at. We see what's going on in June. We look at the data for July. What I'll do is I'll make sure we keep this data again. We look at it for July. Jose, mark this so we could compare it to July and August. All right, so let's go a little further. All right, here we go. More data for y'all, right? More data. So the S&P Volatility Index. So here's what I want y'all to pay attention to. Look at what a VIX is usually at in June. Look at what a VIX is at in July. Look how the VIX creeps up in August. So I like to get data for us. Right? I like to get data for us, right? So the data says there's usually a heavy spike in the VIX in June, which is what we're seeing in this second part of June. But it's typically seasonality. We get a lower VIX in July, right? Then we get another spike back in August. And then look how we get the spike in September. Then we drop down in October. Usually get a bigger spike in October. Then November and December, it comes back down. So, just wanted to give you that. Just wanted to give y'all some context. I like to give context. Right? Will we be able to rewatch this? All right, let's go a little further. All right, the big questions the bull market face right now as the S&P 500 hit some turbulence. Let's go.
The U.S. stock market got a jolt from across the world. The question now is whether it's a warning shot or potentially a real threat. The Korea stock index down 10% overnight. That actually directly impacts the strongest part of the U.S. stock indexes, which is the semiconductor trade. U.S. semiconductor stocks have doubled year to date going into Tuesday's trading. The Korea stock market is about 50% comprised of two chip makers, Samsung and SK Hynix, which make memory chips, which are the strongest subcomponent of semiconductors. They've gotten so overheated and stretched beyond their underlying trend. Massive reversal. A lot of the retail investors in Korea are said to be very levered to this trade. So that gut check that we've gotten in memory chips in the Korea market overseas did spill into an initial sell-off in the U.S. However, the U.S. stock market has become very adept at rotating away from danger when you do get these sector sell-offs and essentially rotating into other areas, broadening out. We've had more stocks up than down on the S&P 500 just in the course of today. You've had things like software, which have been very weak, and Mag 7 stocks, which also have been laggards, have gotten a bid today. And so is it too much to ask that this choreography can keep working to keep the S&P 500 sustained? I would note, it's been 6 weeks since the S&P first got above the 7,500 threshold. We are trading below that right now. On Tuesday morning trade, we did bounce off the 50-day moving average. So the question is whether we're seeing a slow erosion of the uptrend or merely a pause as the most overheated parts of this market, namely semis and the Korea market, take this opportunity to cool off just a bit.
There we go. So the Korean, and that's what I saw last night when I was looking at it. I was like, ooh, these Korean markets going like this. Remember, everything is related in one way or another. You know what I'm saying? But it's a global thing. And the reason why I say it's a global thing is because, remember, so we had a couple of things that happened. We had Bank of America come out and say, hey, we see 3 cuts happening this year. And then after Bank of America said that, they're saying they see a cut for October, November, December. But then you also had some other countries that did rate hikes. They hike their rates. And so remember the IMF, we talked about that last, maybe like, I can't think what episode was. The IMF, the International Monetary Fund, they said they saw global shrinkage. So everybody keep thinking this about America, and it's not. Remember they said they saw global shrinkage, they saw global economic growth shrinkage throughout. So that means they saw shrinkage happening everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And so all of that at one time, then you see the Korean markets hit, then the Chinese market's now officially in a bear market. Like a lot of stuff happened. So we not immune to any of that. And I want some people to know this when they be like, hey, where your stop loss at? And options trading, stop losses don't work overnight. So if you got a stop loss in and the market gaps down overnight, when the market opens in the morning, your stop loss is going to kick in, but it's going to kick in wherever the gap down at. So just know that in the options market, there is no such thing as an overnight stop loss. There is no such thing as an overnight stop loss. Right? There is no such thing as an overnight stop loss. So if you have a stop loss in, and you wake up in the morning, right? There is no such thing as an overnight stop loss. So you wake up in the morning and your stock gap down, then your stop loss not going to kick in until wherever that gap down is at. So you're going to take that loss anywhere. So just remember that. Your stop loss is only good during trading hours between 9:30 and 4 o'clock. Yep, somebody said slippage, 100%. So just keep that in mind. So there should be an overnight stop loss. There is no such thing. There's rules to the game. Know the rules to the game. All right? Yeah. All right, let's go a little further. All right, here's some more data for you. Without AI and energy, the S&P would be negative year to date. That's why I keep telling y'all, leaders lead. Leaders lead. And shout out to Rob, because we're working on that futures course for y'all. It's going to be crazy. Shout out to Rob, because we're working on that futures course for y'all. Working on that futures course for y'all. Working on that futures course for y'all. It's gonna be crazy. That's why data decay puts are necessary to catch all the losses and recruit. Salute to your team. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, bro. You know, when people like, you know how, like, you can't catch everything when it comes to this market. So in order to capitalize off what happened today, you'd have had to put a put in yesterday. What's the chance of you putting a put in yesterday to ride it overnight? If you did, you know, for sure. But it's only one. Like, I play what's in front of me. I don't play hope games. I don't play guessing games. Like, I just play what's in front of me. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. And I tell my people all the time on Patreon, bro, I could care less what happened overnight. My job is from 9:30 in the morning to 4 o'clock. Anything that happened overnight, I see it, but I'm like, all right, bet. When I get up, I'm looking at 8:30. I'm pre-planning from 8:30 to 9:30. From there, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Let's go a little further, man. Oh, here we go right here. So market cap. So the market cap is up for AI and energy. So remember I told y'all, I said there's 4 sectors we should be investing in right now. AI, tech, energy, industrials, and financials, really speaking on Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley. Technology and energy. Why? That's where the bottleneck's at right now. And it's not even a Mag 7 technology because they not doing good. It's memory, it's compute, it's all things connected to AI, not like the Mag 7. So not Meta, Tesla, Nvidia, not Netflix. It's not the Mag 7. It's like MU, SNDK, WDC. It's memory. So then energy. Energy has been going berserk. Industrials. They've been doing really good as well. And then, so watch this, y'all. So just watch it. Right? So look at that. Change in market cap since January 1st. Look at that, y'all. That's crazy. So crazy. Let's go a little further, man. That's why I like giving y'all this data, man. That's why I like giving y'all this data. Because I be wanting y'all to see what's going on. Watch, here we go. Watch this. The great Q2 dump. This is going to be good. Pay attention to this. Institutional investors are estimated to sell up to $1.65 billion in equities and purchase an equivalent amount of bonds by Q3, the highest in the last 4 years. Japan government pension investments fund with $1.9 trillion in assets is estimated to sell $60 billion in equities Why Norway Bank, managing 2.1 trillion sovereign wealth fund, is expected to sell 40 billion. At the same time, U.S. defined benefit pension funds managing 9.6 trillion in assets could account for another 55 billion in equity sales. The Swiss National Bank estimated to sell 25 billion though this figure could fall to 8 billion if its equity allocation rises to 30% from the current 28%. Meanwhile, balanced mutual funds managing 4 trillion in assets are estimated to purchase 15 billion in equity. So you have a lot of equities being sold by Japan and by by Japan and Norway, but you also have some Swiss banks that are selling as well, but you also having some American funds that's buying about 15 billion in equity. So what that mean to us? That mean there's a lot of selling going on. There's a lot of selling going on. So that's why I'm telling we don't gotta be greedy. We don't gotta be greedy. We gotta pay attention because they the ones that move the market, not us. Right? They the ones that move the market. I always say that they like the big shark and we like the little fish that's on the side of the shark, right? On the side of the shark, we eat off them. We don't move the market, bro. And don't never think, it used to be I used to be laughing at people thought I had this. Somebody, listen, bro, I would tell you something. This is maybe 3 weeks ago, then somebody said, you trying to get everybody to invest in this to push the stock up. I say, bro, I wish I had that much power, cut.
They think you Trump?
Bro, how much power man, listen, I'm sorry I don't see myself how you see me, cut. Yeah. I'm sorry I don't see myself how you see me, cut. If you think I can move a stock, cuz, man. He was like, y'all don't know. I got to think about what post that was in. I'm going to send it to Jose when I find it. Like, y'all dummies. He getting all y'all to move in this stock so he can move the stock and go the other way. I was like, bruh, I don't know how much, what they say in the new generation, I don't know how much riz you think I got. But I ain't got it, cuz. I don't got it, cuz. But thank you for seeing me in that light. I need to redefine how I look at myself. I ain't giving myself enough credit.
What you eating, ginger snaps?
Nah, bro, So let me say something to you, bro. So, all right, I'm going to say something to you. I'm going to say this in a way, but I don't want you to take it wrong. So, I eat a lot of watermelon. Well, you might don't know, but I eat water, in the summertime, I eat watermelon like crazy. Mm-hmm. In the wintertime, the rest of the year, I eat pineapples and strawberries like crazy, right? Fellas, you should be eating a lot of watermelon. You should be eating pineapples. I'm not going to say nothing because this is a friendly show, right? But you should be eating a lot of watermelons. All right? And you should be eating a lot of pineapples. Especially if you out here drinking liquor, smoking Black and Milds, eating greasy food.
Yeah.
Right? Right? So you gotta offset that. Of course, for me, I don't do none of that. All right, so I drink a lot of watermelon juice, pineapple juice. So that's what I eat a lot of. But then I read something that said dark chocolate is vital for men. So I like, it's these dark chocolate clusters. Mm-hmm. My problem is, I'm addicted to them. And I think I'm past the healthy version of eating. They might have said 1 or 2 a day. I'm at like 15. I was like, this is good. So I read a thing, and it said men should eat dark chocolate. So I'm like, okay. I'm cool with the dark chocolate. And then I started eating the clusters. I said, oh,
Got him.
I think I'm past the healthy part now. At this point, it's probably not good for me. But so, that's what I'm eating, a dark chocolate cluster. And look, Sprouts be selling it to me about $0.5 pound.
Golly.
I bag it up, cuz.
Back it up.
Hey, they bring me back right here.
Golly.
Give it to me like this. Hey, but wear without the knot, cuz. Wear without the knot. Take the knot out. Take the knot out. Take the knot out of there.
So what? Oh, never mind. Let's keep the show going.
That's
I'm
my
about
problem.
To ask about the knot.
That's my problem, bro. So that's my problem, bro. So the dark chocolate is really good, but I think I'm past. I think I'm past the good part. I think I'm into like, no, bro, don't do that. Which is why I probably sit in the sauna twice a day. So Tobe came by my house. Mm-hmm. I love Tobe, bro. Let me tell y'all something. So you should have friends that you should have friends that. So let me say this. So Tobe and Fat came to the show in Atlanta this weekend, right? So I was like, bruh, y'all don't gotta stay in the hotel, cuz. Like, I got 10,000 square foot house, bro. Like, stay at the crib, dog. So he got the address and he Googled how far it was. He's like, man, it's like 30 minutes. He's like, bet. Mm-hmm. So I love Tobe so much, bro. So he was like, he came to the crib. He said, hey, bro, this is massive. He like, bro, like, yeah, you made it. Mm-hmm. You made it. And I say, bro, I keep telling y'all, like, I won. Like, I won. Like, I don't gotta do nothing else, bro. Everything I do now in my life is because, one, I feel like God told me to do it, and I don't mind doing it. Like, I won. Like, I went from homeless to this, like, I won. So Tobe in the crib, and he's just like, dog. He just keep telling me, he like, say, bro, like, I'm so proud of you, bro. So they were supposed to go somewhere else, and Fat was like, negative. I'm staying right here. Yeah, I'm gonna get some sleep. And that made me proud, bro, because you know I don't play nobody coming to my house.
Right.
And so to have my friends in my house, and I left them there. Like, they was in my house, and I left to go to New Orleans by my daughter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know for a fact I'm not. What?
Yeah.
But I love Tobe and Fat so much, man. He was like, bro, you sure? I'm like, yeah, man. And say, bro, me and Tobe sat in the sauna together, and we was just talking. Then we got in the cold plunge. Well, he got in because I had to leave. And he said something like that. He said, man, it's like going to a family reunion, and then you and your favorite cousin, y'all got to leave each other.
Right.
I was like, that's it, dog.
Yeah.
But, you know, it was just so cool. And I'm saying that to say that, like, we should all strive to get to a place in our life where we can offer stuff to our friends that don't have nothing to do with money. You know what I'm saying? Like, we should strive to get there. We should strive to get to a place in our life where we can just tell, we can say something besides, man, I'm gonna just pray for you. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I saw my friends had a need. Why would you go buy a hotel when I got 7 bedrooms here? And it's just me. Bro, come here, bro. Like, everybody get their own room, their own bathroom. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that, please nobody take this like I'm being braggadocious. I'm not. I'm just saying you want to get to a point in your life. I'm happy that I'm in a point in my life where I can tell my friends, keep that money. Don't go get a hotel fee with that money. Come here. Get the groceries you want. Y'all get what y'all want. Bro, here's the key. Whatever, bro, I'll get it from you when just lock it up. I'm good. Here's how you turn the sauna on. Here's how you turn the pool on. Anything you want in the icebox. You know what I'm saying? I got to go do a webinar, bro. I'm good. And I got to go to New Orleans to be with my child. You know what I'm saying? And that gave me fulfillment. That gave me fulfillment. To know that my homie my friends did not have to go to a hotel and was able to sleep at my house comfortably. You know what I'm saying?
They didn't have to worry about fans.
They ain't got to worry about no fans.
He a
They ain't all like,
celebrity, too.
all of us get in one room.
Yep.
It was like him and her, the security guard, and the cameraman. I was like, hey, you sleep up there if you want. Told y'all can sleep here. They got a movie room down there. Hey, bro, you can sleep down there. Everybody got their own bathroom. Everybody good, bro. I'm gone, though, dog. Like, you going? Where you going? Like, I got to go do all this. Be my kid. You know what I'm saying? So that felt good to me. That felt good to me. I don't know how I got there, but that felt good to me. Anyway, let's go a little further. Where we at? Let me see something. My bestie let me stay by her 2-bedroom apartment in East New York, Brooklyn. When I came to New York, she was in Miami. Yeah, man, like, that's it. You know what I'm saying? And like, how many times we go by somebody and we'll stay, but we don't stay because we feel like we cramping up. Like, man, I just rather stay at a hotel. Because you just want the peace. You know, you appreciate the handout, but you know, like, but I was like, nah, bro, like, you got your own, y'all got your own room, bathroom. You don't got to share it. Hey, if you want, they got another kitchen downstairs if you want to cook. If you don't want to cook in this one, you feel like he could cook downstairs, you could cook upstairs. You want to watch a movie. Like, I'm gone, bro. Just don't burn it down. You know what I'm saying? Just don't burn it. Just let me come back home to the house. You know? Anyway, let's go a little further. Jose, you slipping, man. 3,200 people in the chat, man.
I've been on it.
You ain't say nothing.
Right, because you be cooking. You got to think. I'm also in content mode.
Flush Jose again. Flush Jose again. Flush Jose again, guys. All right, let's get it. So, here we go. Where we at? All right. The 60-day oil truce. Washington's quiet deal with Tehran. The U.S. on Monday authorized Iranian oil sales throughout August after productive talks between Tehran and Washington and Switzerland over the weekend. Mind you, at the G7 summit too. As part of the framework, Treasury had issued a temporary 60-day general license authorization authorizing the production of delivery and sale of Iranian oil. Besser said on Post. The authorization allows the import of Iranian oil and refined products into the U.S. Payment can be made in Iranian dollars. The license expires August 21st unless it's renewed. Now, here's the crazy part about this. This thing that bothers me. Now, watch this. Iran ain't really playing good ball right now because they're actually getting some of the things that they want already. So they've shown that no matter what y'all do, we still have control of this thing. Negotiate your way out of it. So good. Somebody say, I'm down 6%. Well, let's get up 6%. That's all I can say. Let's get up 6%. If you're down 6%, let's get up 6%. So I said, okay. So what Iran did was they are allowing everything that they wanted, they getting. Because we already wanted the thing to be open already anyway. Does that make sense? So if we already wanted it to be open, essentially they can get this. Essentially they getting more than what they had before it opened. That's what I'm trying to say. So they wasn't able to charge before it opened, right? They wasn't able to charge and put a fee on stuff before it opened. They wasn't able to have, we had sanctions on Iran with selling oil before it opened. But now it's like, oh, this is going on? Bet. Hey, check this out. No matter how much y'all bomb us, we still control this. So this is what we want to do. Now, here's the thing. I always keep telling us that in order to be a superpower, you got to have brute force. That's one thing. But two, you got to have intellect, right? Now, I will say one of the things America did that was good was when they did the blocker two. So when America said, we gonna block it all, we not letting nobody in at all. If y'all gonna block that side, we gonna block this side. That was smart, because then it's like nobody ain't making no money. But the hard part about that is we can't do that forever because oil is such a dominant thing. You feel me? It's such a precious commodity. Because when oil goes up, we feel it. When oil goes up, we feel it. And no matter how much we want to negotiate, when the bond market gets to 4.5, 4.6, America gonna feel it, because now the bond market gonna shake. And when the bond market shake, the stock market falls. So I tell everybody, I told some of my partners who are day traders, I hit them up, I say, hey, listen, I'm not trying to tell you not a good day trader, none of that. Then just pay attention to the 4-5. I say, just pay attention to the 10-year. I say, just warn your people, and as you being a leader, just pay attention. When they get to 4-5, know that the market gonna start shaking. You know what I'm saying? Like, I try to give people game because I'm so fundamentally like driven, because I understand the fundamentals is what allow the technicals to move. If that makes sense, right? And so what I mean, the fundamentals, I'm not even talking about dollars. I'm talking about what are the fundamental mechanisms that make the market move. So the bond market is going to affect the futures market, which is going to affect the stock market. Interest rates, there are geopolitical things that happen in the world that affects the market. And so if I can pay attention to those things, then I can always understand what's the byproduct of what's to come. What's the ripple effect? It's kind of like taking a rock. Remember when we was young, we used to take the rock and see if it can skip. Well, I want to know how many, boop, 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 how many times it go down that thing, feel me? So, yeah. All right, let's go a little further. All right, so this is why we created this checklist for y'all. All right, now people pay a lot of money for this. People pay a lot of money for this. You know what I'm talking about? People pay a lot of money for this. But because we love just giving information, we love giving you all data, I'm not going to go through all of it. Somebody say, Trap, you always talk about them bonds. It's because, so I'm going to tell y'all something too. At one point, so people don't talk about it, but there are actually people on Wall Street that all they trade is bonds. Go look up the guy, the Bond King. He was one of the best traders ever. I forgot his name, but it's called the Bond King, and literally dominated the market. Right? So I understand you want to get on your technicals, and that's good. But like, even when I remember Rob told me this. So Rob is like really good at future trading. And I remember that was when I first met Rob, he was like, bro, I don't even watch the news. Rob was like, bro, I don't even watch the news. I just pay attention to what's going on a chart. He said, bro, I don't watch none of that stuff. I don't watch CNBC, WNBC, WNBA. He like, bro, I don't watch none of it. I just pay attention to what happened on the chart, bro. Like, I'm like, all right, I feel that. I was like, but bro, you gotta pay attention to some of these events right here. And so, Rob, I'm fat, and I don't want to make it like this to me. I'm fascinated at how amazing Rob is at charting, right? And I would be lying if I say I ain't learned some stuff from him. You know what I'm saying? So we pitch off each other, but there's some things about charting he is really good at. You know what I'm saying? Somebody put it in there, The Bond King by, I don't know if that's it, by Mary Childs. I'm going to look it up. That might be it. Bill Gross, that's the guy right there. That's the guy. Bill Gross, that's him. Bill Gross, that's him right there. Not Jeffrey Gunlock, but he's good too. Jeffrey Gunlock is really good too. He still talk about it. But anyway, let me see. All right, they're going to get me on it. Let me go look up the book right quick. Hold on. I'm going to get back on topic, y'all.
I'm about to say, they're just Googling the wrong folk.
Yeah,
Just everybody coming up as the
I'm going to go get it. I'm going to go get it. I'm going to go get it. So Bill Gross is the guy. But the one by Mary Childs is talking about him. So the one by Mary Childs is talking about Bill Gross. But Bill Gross is the guy. So yeah, the one by Mary Childs is talking about Bill Gross, but Bill Gross is the guy. Talking about top tier, bro. Top tier, next level. Next level, bro. I'm talking about built a freaking empire of bond trading. Next level. Now, Jeffrey Gunlock is cold-blooded, but he's still, like, Bill is the guy. He's the guy. So, and I remember telling Rob, like, bro, like, you gotta pay attention because if we know this is what takes us like, we can see these things coming. And so Rob started hearing me talk about, like, events, and he was like, bro, you cold-blooded with that. He's like, all right, I see why I gotta pay attention to it now. He's like, because you kind of can foresee certain things happening. And again, it's taking none from Rob. It's just saying, like, oh, that's a blind spot you got, big dog. But also him being able to show me, here's a blind spot you got, Trap. So that's all like, you got to be able to mix them both in to get what you want. All right, so let's go. 8 reasons why stocks go up. Revenue growth, profit growth, strong moat, bigger market, higher returns, share buybacks, cash generation, and better expectations. These are the 8 reasons why stocks go up. Because people are like, man, Trap, why the stock market going up? Here's why. Look at these things. They help you. They help you. All right, let's go a little further. All right, so watch this. The world's most valued companies. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something that we got to talk about right now. So I told everybody this. I said, listen to me, y'all. I know we want to buy SpaceX. I understand that I truly think that this company, and remember something I said about SpaceX. I said the SpaceX IPO, and I said this multiple times, I said the SpaceX IPO validates the space infrastructure, right? The SpaceX IPO validates the space economy and infrastructure. So what does that mean, Trap? That means that this IPO solidifies companies like Rocket Labs. It solidifies companies like Redwire. It solidifies companies like AST Mobile. Like, it solidifies all of the companies that doing the other stuff for outer space. Kind of like NVIDIA solidifies the AI trade. Why? They're the king of it. But the other companies be outperforming it. Right? And the only thing I'm saying to us is, and the only thing I've been saying to us is, like, if it's a good company, it's going to be a good company 6 months from now. It's going to be a good company a year from now. But our mind is so triggered on, I got to be the first one to get in. And I keep saying, like, bro, let's wait till the lockout period ends. I've been saying that. I've been saying that for the longest. People ask me, Trap, man, should I buy it? I'm like, nope. If you ain't in SpaceX pre-IPO, if you waiting on the market to make you money, you gotta wait till they get out. Because you gotta remember, these people been, like, think about this. These people been in SpaceX since 2000. They got some people that been in SpaceX since 2009, bro. Think about that. They've been waiting almost 20 years. And you got to think, their initial investment ain't number like 50,000, 60,000, 100,000. They ain't put millions into it. He going to get 50, 60,000 from people who already super rich. Hey, man, I need 100,000. Boy, they going to write that off. I bet they don't care if it hit or miss. And they looking 20 years out. And what you trying to do? You Elon. All right, here go 100 grand, bro. They ain't putting no hell of a, and I mean it's not to downplay $100,000, but they not putting millions into it. They're putting 100,000 in it. That's like somebody asking me right now, Trap, I invest 100 grand into this, we're gonna go IPO. I'm not saying that I'm super, but if I put 100 grand in, I'm like, all right, bet. Like, if it's smack, it's smack. If it don't, I ain't tripping. Again, not trying to be egotistical here. I'm saying that he's gonna get money from people, the startup money he get from people not gonna miss the money. And they're willing to wait 5 years, 8 years, 10 years, 20 years. So then when he said, hey, we got another seed round coming up, they may like, you know what? I'll throw another 50. I already gave him 100. Let me throw 50,000 more in there. You know what I'm saying? So here we are, 13 years, and you're like, hey, we doing another seed round. But now in year 13, you're like, wait, this thing got some legs to it. So that's who keep buying it. So you got to think, if you've been in it since 2009, 2012, 2015, you got 100, 200 grand in it. Bro, it done made you a billionaire. That's what people don't realize. So why am I trying to rush to get this IPO when I know for a fact this is why the lockout clauses is important? So watch this. This is the important part. Only 4% of the 555 million shares came to the market. That's 4%. Right? Somebody give me a number. What's 4% out of 555 million? Right? So only 4% of those shares came to the market. That came to retail. Okay, that came to retail, but that still means other people was buying it too. Why? Watch this. That's classic supply and demand. They hype, and you only get a little bit out there. How much? 2180. So think about this. I'm gonna give y'all an example. I used this before in the class. Let's say we all in the desert. This the only bottle of water. How much is this water worth? Feel me? If we the only ones in the desert, this bottle of water only goes to the one with the most. Hey, how much is it? So what happens is everybody, y'all got to bid on it. What's going to happen? Bro, this bottle of water going to be worth. That's what happened. You sell a story on SpaceX. You sell it. Elon been selling it. So now, instead of the 555 million, 4% of those shares go on the market. Bro, you don't think them shares going to sell? And so what happens is they go up. Everybody, because there's an auction going on now. So now IPO is at 135, and in 2 days is at $212. Right? Now, those same shares, what happens is, now, because there's a demand for it, there's people who made their quick flip. But the people who locked out, they still sitting on their hands. Because in their mind, they like, yep, keep going up. Because the more you go up, in their mind, I need you to keep going up till July. Because in July, I can sell 7%. In July, I can sell 7% of my holding. So I just needed to keep going up. Yep, keep going up. They wanted to keep going up. But it's only that 4% that now keep going between the same people. That 4% is going between the same people. Right? And you got to remember, there's index funds, because now it's on the NASDAQ 100 in 15 days. So then they got to buy it. It went into VTI after 5 days. So now they took a piece of it. So now the same people keep rinsing and repeating it. But then now people selling it. They realize, hey, it's overhyped. So watch this. The people on the side who've been locked in, they can't touch it till July. So what you think they're going to do in July? Man, I put 100,000 here. Bro, I'm worth 400 million. Man, let me get that. I can only sell 7%. I want the whole 7%. Then the next time is in September when they got their earnings. Bro, I don't care what it is. Let me get that too. You get 10%. Then the next time is in November, and then Elon can unlock his in December. Bro, what you think he gonna do? They gave him something like 280 million shares, bro. What you think he gonna do? Man, let me get some of that. Let me get some of that to pay some of that off. So for me, all I'm saying is, bro, if it's gonna be a good company, it's gonna be a good company. It's gonna give you an opportunity. In my mind, I think it'll come down to somewhere around 135. I think it'll come about 125. I think we'll get an opportunity to get it at 125 if you're patient. I think you'll get an opportunity to get it around 125, maybe even 100 if you're patient. But you gotta be patient. Now, everybody who bought it at 200, now they like, damn. You know what they're saying now? I'm gonna just average down. But if you'd have just been patient, you could have got it at the 150. I'm not even saying, I'm just saying, hey, it opened at 135, it spiked to 150, then 170, then 220. So you bought it at 200 on IPO day. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Now it goes down to 170, now you sold it. So you bought it at 200, sold it at 170, and said you're gonna buy it back. Bro, now we playing all kind of kangaroo games. Now we playing backwards. You bought it at 200, you sold it at 175 because it went down, and you said it's gonna buy it back at 150. What you doing? What you doing? Now, let's look into this right quick. NVIDIA has a $5.5 trillion market cap. It makes $117 billion a quarter in net income. Mind you, they made 81 billion last quarter. In one quarter, the people made $81 billion, bro. And they worth $5.5 trillion. Alphabet, Google's worth $4.8 trillion, probably about 4.1 right now. They make $132 billion. So they make more money than NVIDIA on a net income basis. Apple, $112 billion. They worth $4.12 trillion. Microsoft, $2.9 trillion. They're bringing 101. Amazon, bringing $77 billion. TSMC, $55 billion. Bro, this company's worth now it's probably worth $2.1 trillion, and it brings in minus $4 billion. And last quarter, it brought in $18 billion. So you telling me at a $2 trillion market cap, you bring in $18 billion and that's justifiable. I just want us to pay attention to what's going on, man. We don't never got to get caught up in the hype. We just be patient. Like my dog Ozell say, it's a patient man's game. Let's go a little further, man.
Trap, thank you. First and foremost, thank you for everything you're doing for the community. You've changed up the situation from me and my family and some others that I know. And I also want to give a shout out to Jose. Thank you for taking my question. And word to all the trappers out there, if you're not in the Patreon, all the free YouTube content has actually covered and paid for my Patreon subscription. So the only mistake you're making is by not jumping in.
Showing the Wallstreet Trapper. Patreon.
Hey,
But Trap,
Jose,
my question goes towards the mental fortitude of knowing whether or not you're maintaining and holding on during the red days and just fighting it out, or if I should have just been tough enough to understand a loss is a loss and let things go. I'm currently in a Planet Labs option play that has gone negative 78% since the SpaceX IPO, and I've got 6 months left to it. I'm trying to decide whether or not to just go ahead and take the loss, or if I go ahead and then average down once I see things looking on the uptrend. Just looking for any advice in this situation, as you've helped me out a lot in the past. And honestly, you got to listen to Coach when he's got wise words. Appreciate it. Thank you.
wait, say that again? Say it again. Run it back.
I'm currently in a Planet Labs option play that has gone negative 78% since the SpaceX IPO, and I've got 6 months left to it. I'm trying to decide whether or not to just go ahead and take the loss, or if I go ahead and then average down once I see things looking on the uptrend. Just looking for any advice in this situation, as you've helped me out a lot in the past, and honestly, you got to listen to Coach when he's got wise words. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, bro, that sky looked real blue behind him, boy. That was a nice looking sky. I got caught up in that. So yeah, bro, 78%, bro. We gotta take that L, bro. But I'll say this: you had 78% now. Shit, that's what 22% left. You supposed to be out of there a long time ago, bro. I'll be honest with you. I never want our. So one, let me say this. It's either one or two things. Either your ego is in the way or you just got strong mental fortitude. Right? Which can be good and bad. The strong mental fortitude means it's not easy for you to get shook out of a play. Ego meaning, bruh, like, I want to hold on for whatever reason. I've been there before. I'm not going to act like I haven't. What you want is the strong mental fortitude to where you don't panic on a play when it goes red, but you want to have the knowledge, intelligence, and wit to say, I'm at 30%, let me cut it. And the reason why I say 30% is because unless something happened to you, like yesterday, Google had hit it and then it just dropped hard. And I was like, all right, it done hit let me get out of here. And then today it dropped even harder. You know what I'm saying? So you got to have a threshold. For me, I would say, like, if you get to 30%, to me, that's a good threshold to have because you done gave it enough time to, like, swing around. You know what I'm saying? And then if you cut it, you still got 70% of your bread. You can still make a play with that 70% of your bread. And because we swing traders, I also think at 30%, it gives you enough room not to get, like, not to get swept, not to get liquidity swept or become liquidity in general. So I think at 30%, like, I think that should be it. I don't think we should practice being down 70% just because at that point, it done broke structure like 3 times on you. You know what I'm saying? It done showed you at 78%, you've broken all SMAs, you've broken the fib, you've broken a key level probably twice, and there's some type of bear pattern right there. There's a head and shoulders right there. There's a descending triangle somewhere right over there. There's something right there telling you get up out of there, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's either we can chalk it up to one or two things. One, we can chalk it into naivety, meaning, bro, I was just naive, I didn't really know. Or we can chalk it up to arrogance and ego, which means you saw it, you knew it, and you just chose to hold on because you didn't want to lose the bread. So we chalk it up to one of those. I would say because you knew, I would chalk it up to naivety, meaning you didn't really know, but I'm going to ask the OG, and if the OG say yeah, then I'm going to make the move. For me, I would say, bro, cut it and let it and re-enter it later on. But that's what I would say. I'm not you. It ain't my money. You do what you feel like your money could do. But I always tell people this. I'm okay with taking a loss because the market don't lack opportunities. But this is about to be a bar, Jose. Watch this. Watch this, Jose. You ready for me? This fresh off the dome right here. Watch this. You will run out of money before the market run out of opportunity. Come on, you gotta walk off on that. It's like a home run. Hit it, you drop the bat, walk off slow. Walk off slow, Rob. Walk off slow, Rob. Walk off. Walk on by. Walk on by. You hear me? Come on. Go walk on slow. We gonna walk on slow. So that's kind of how I feel, bro. Hold on. talking to, y'all know I still got a nanny? I still got a nanny, bro. Like my nanny from when I was young.
Wait.
Huh?
I'm lost.
I still got a nanny. So like my mama's best friend from when she was young was my nanny.
Okay.
So I still call her my nanny at 42 years old.
Okay,
I'll be like, my nanny. So in her phone, her name is my nanny.
Okay. Yeah.
And she still called me, hey, godchild.
Okay. Yeah,
So I still call her my nanny. So my nanny just texted me. All right, so there we go. So let's go a little further. All right, so Lewis Latimer, right? Lewis Howard Latimer was an American inventor, draftsman, and engineer. Hold up, it's my nanny. Hey, nanny.
Hello. Yeah, my baby, how you feeling?
I'm good.
Yeah, your mom is all right.
All right. All right. You good. You good. I had reached out to her and I ain't hear from her, you hear me? I had sent her some bread too and I ain't hear from her. So just was checking on her, you hear me? All right. Yes, ma'am. All right, I love you. Love you too. You been all right? You all right? All right, I love you. I saw somebody say, Trap, you in the middle of the show. Hey, my family come first, fam. You know what I'm saying? If my family call me and they know this Trapping Tuesday and they still call me, I'ma answer. So my family come first. And if you can't, respect that, bless you. All right, so born to formerly enslaved parents that rose from modest beginnings to becoming one of the few black members of the Edison Electric Light Company. I know Thomas Edison stole some of his ideas, and inventors leaving a lasting mark on modern life. Let's go.
What if I told you Edison's light bulb might never have worked without him? Lewis Latimer was born to formerly enslaved parents in 1848, but he didn't let that stop his brilliance. A self-taught draftsman and inventor, he worked with Alexander Graham Bell to patent the first telephone. Later, when Thomas Edison was perfecting the light bulb, it was Latimer who invented a carbon filament that made bulbs last longer and burn brighter. Without his breakthrough, electric light would have stayed expensive and unreliable. Latimer didn't stop there. He wrote the first book on electric lighting and held patents for innovations in air conditioning and railroad safety. Yet, despite shaping the modern world, his name is often left out of history books. Do you think pioneers like Latimer get the credit they truly deserve?
We already knew that. Now, most of y'all ain't know who that was. Miss Avery, they told you about him in school? She said, heck no. You feel me? Bro, I know Thomas Edison stole that from him. All he did was steal. Bro, he stole so much stuff. Like Thomas Edison? Bro, I'm talking about bro was a thief. Bro, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Because you know, the light bulb was actually Nikola Tesla's idea. He stole it from him. And the man was trying to tell him how to make it better. He didn't get a man no props, so the man left. And they had a world fair. J.P. Morgan Chase backed Thomas Edison. He asked me, hey, bro, nobody, this yours, right? He like, yeah. He's like, you sure? He like, yeah. Tesla came out with something better. That's where we get the AC/DC from. And there's a dude named Wittenhouse who funded Tesla. And when he funded Tesla, they won the Chicago World Fair. Once they won the Chicago World Fair, JP Morgan tell Thomas Edison, bro, you stupid. I asked you if they had somebody and you said no. So JP Morgan's daddy told him, you a fool. You let somebody tell you on something that you don't even know about. Because he was trying to break free from his daddy. Because his daddy is the big dog. His daddy was the banker for the bankers. JP was like, bro, I want to take over the world. So JP put pressure on Thomas Edison. So Thomas Edison comes up with the electric chair. So when he comes up with the electric chair, they try to electrocute him, man. They try to electrocute, it didn't work. So instead of killing him, man, they like brain killed him, but he was still alive. So JP Morgan said, all right, you a dummy. So what JP Morgan did was made the stock crash, bought 51% of the stock, took over the company and called it, it went from Edison Electric to General Electric. That's what GE is right now. That's how we get General Electric. JP Morgan. So then, when JP Morgan realized that the dude Wittenhouse had Tesla, he said, oh, I got more money than him. So he put him in a situation to go to court for it, knowing he wasn't gonna have the money to pay for him to go to court. So he said, all right, if you can't go to court and fight for this, here's what I want you to do. I want you to sell me the rights to that. So he had the back door and sold Tesla out. So Tesla, because inventors back then was poor. And they ain't really know nothing about having the rights to do stuff. Just like artists right now don't be knowing they got the rights to do certain things. So JP Morgan was able to buy Wittenhouse out because he didn't want to go broke. He got the rights to all the stuff that Nikola Tesla did and swept it all under General Electric. And people don't even know General Electric is a JP Morgan financed and named company. They just under the backdrop. And that's how that went. Wittenhouse, Westinghouse is all the same, bro. Goddamn. Tomato, tomato, man. But that company is still on the stock market too. Anyway, that dude Thomas Edison was a thief, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. People might be mad at me. I think, bro, if I'm being realistic with you, bro, we wasn't there to prove it, but I don't even think Benjamin Franklin came up with electricity, dog. I think they just had the money, bro. That's why I be telling others, bro, like, we gotta get our money right. Because if you get your money right, you can tell your own story.
And control the media.
Bro, when you don't got the money, you can't dictate how the story get told. Right? When you don't got the money, you don't have the power to dictate the story. And they get to tell the story. But when you got the money, you can combat the story. You can buy, because the media don't care. The media care about the money. That's what the media care about. That's what the media care about. The media care about, hey, we got to pay these bills. Who got the money for the narrative? You want the narrative to it? Say less. It's gone. Let's go a little further.
What's up, Trapper? Shout out to you, Jose, for taking my call. So my question today is, I'm reading How to Make Money in Any Market by Jim Cramer. He has the philosophy that you should have 5 stocks along with an ETF to power your portfolio. So my question for you is, granted, there's a lot of new companies that are supposed to power the future that are IPO or have IPO, but the valuation on a company like SpaceX is insane. So what requirements are you giving these new companies before they can make it into your portfolio to take out a top dog or someone to compete in that 5 stock rotation? So that's my question for today, and I appreciate you for taking my call.
Man, great question. I don't agree with Jim Cramer in that we should have 5 stocks. I'll be honest with you. I think a great portfolio should have anywhere between 10 to 12 stocks. And if you're new to the game, you should have the same, but you could have maybe, I don't know, 3 ETFs, but they shouldn't be competing ETFs. I mean, they should be ETFs in different segments. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm not a fan of IPOs. It's easy when people show you this thing, like if you'd invested in this company when it IPO'd, it would be worth this. But here's the real part about that. What they fail to tell you is there's periods during that where it spiked and there's periods where it was dead for a long time, right? So like if you look at a lot of IPOs, what happened is, if I look at it from a long lens, so when they show you that it'd be like a 10-year, 20-year time span, right? So they're in the process of that, that's like during the market. There's about 8 days in the full year of the market where the market makes the majority of its returns. Right? There's about 8 days in the 280-something day market where the market makes up the majority of its returns. If you miss one of those days, like your returns go down drastically. If you miss 2 to 3 of those days, it's even worse, right? So when saying that, even if we push out and say, hey, if I had this for 10 years or whatever, they may say if you owned it since its IPO, 10,000 and now be 400,000. But really and truly is, what they not saying is like only a small portion of days account for that spike. You know what I'm saying? Like out of a 20-year time span, probably 1 year consistently, but not one straight year, but like 365 days is responsible for those returns, if that makes sense, right? So, for me, I'm cool on IPOs. I'm gonna be honest with you. And the reason why I'm cool on IPOs is because, for one, you gotta either show me you profitable or show me how you gonna get profitable. I didn't even buy Uber until it became profitable. And Uber went IPO a couple years ago. I waited till it became a profitable company before I put Uber in my portfolio. And I think I could put it in a portfolio around like $60 when it became profitable. So for me, man, I'm always looking for profitability. I'm not looking, oh man, I bought this at IPO and I'm just sitting on it. No, I ain't. You got to either let me know when you're going to become profitable. Somebody say not SanDisk. So think about this. Go look at when SanDisk became, all right, I got something for you. Oh, that's a perfect example. Watch this. That's a perfect example. So watch this. SanDisk IPO February 2025. Right? Watch this. What did it do when it IPO'd? It didn't explode when it IPO'd. Go look at when it exploded. You know when it exploded? When it transitioned. When it said, we not about to be a camera company, we gonna convert to an artificial intelligence company. Fam, go look at what happened. They didn't IPO as an artificial intelligence company. They IPO'd as a memory camera company. The stock didn't move like that. It started moving when they went on the earnings call and they said, we are transitioning to a artificial intelligence memory storage company.
It says the company was publicly traded entity from 1995 to 2016 before being acquired by Western Digital, but the current independent company result is a spinoff in 2025.
Look at that.
So they've been in it.
So they've been in the market since 1995.
Mm-hmm.
Fam, make sure I say that part. Since 1995 and was a spinoff from Western Digital. And again, fam, it wasn't until they pivoted and said, we not focusing on cameras no more. We're not focusing on cameras no more. What we're going to focus on now is memory for AI. And that's when the stock took off. So from 1995, when it was a part of Western Digital, fam, it was something else. Then when it IPO'd as a spinoff of its own, fam, it still ain't do nothing. And so they went to an earnings report, fam, and said that we changing the type of company we are. Fam. That's how the company started exploding. Fam. Just so we put that out there. Okay. Fam. So I don't really be looking for IPOs like that. I don't be looking for them. So I don't be looking for IPOs like that. I be chilling on them. And here's another scenario. Fam. 1 in every 15 IPOs do that. Try your luck, fam. 1 in 15 of them. Let me see you spread your money thin, fam. See how long how long that's gonna take you, fam. 1 in 15. 1 in 15 gonna do what they did. And it wasn't just them, it was the whole memory sector, fam. You feel me? Just SNDK, MU, WDC, which it originally came from, fam. TER. It's a bunch of them, fam. You feel me? So just, let's go further. Fam. All right, so which stocks deserve your capital? Right? I wanted to create this for y'all, man, because I think this is real cool. Right? So if you in a Patreon, or you'll notice we do a lot of tight. A lot of our plays come from like real tight consolidation. And what I like to talk about is you should more so look for tight bases that explode than like loose and choppy bases. Right? And here's why. And I want y'all to look at this. And if you're in a Patreon, you know that like a lot of times when we get them tight bases, they explode. Right? And so I want y'all to take a picture of this because this is going to be important for you on your journey. As you grow and as you get into trading, like don't worry about the risk part, but look at the type of setup that's going to serve you best. And if you're looking for explosions, them tight bases is where the money at. Right? Them choppy bases, them choppy charts, I'm not saying you can't make money on it, but every time you see that hill up top, that's going to be overhead supply, or that's going to be some type of supply shelf that you're going to run into that you got to break. But anytime you see them tight consolidations happen, and they can be a week, 2 weeks, the problem is you'll try to trade inside of that. Instead of just saying, hey, here's that pivot point. Once I break that pivot point, I see the rally about to go. Right? So just know that this is an exceptional opportunity when you get those bases. You feel what I'm saying? So I want you to pay attention to this. You know, if you're a trader, just take a picture of this and put it right on and say, this is the type of trade I'm looking for. This is the type of trade I got to be skeptical about. And it's not saying the one that's loose and choppy can't go up, but it's a lot going on right there, right? You got almost, some equal lows happening almost right there. You see some demand down there. It's a lot happening. But with that tight base right there, once it breaks that pivot point, it's on go. It's on go. And so if I can't teach you nothing else, if you can just find that, right? If you could just find that, if you could just find that, those tight bases and breaking that pivot point, like that candle above that pivot point, if you see that confirmation next, you got some money to make right there. So I just wanted to show you all that. Right? So once you see that candle that breaks that pivot point, like if that next candle close, man, go get you some money. Go get you some money. And again, it's not saying that because I've been on both sides. I've been on both sides. And here's the truth. Even the one that tight and strong, all it takes is the wrong news to come out, and that's going to fail. You know what I'm saying? That's going to fail. What's up, Belle? My girl Billionaire in the chat. So I wanted to just put this up there because I wanted y'all to see something. I wanted to teach y'all something. I wanted to show y'all something, give y'all an idea that you can see this happen 100 times on a chart. So just wanted to show y'all that, man. Let's go a little further. All right, so here's another reason why we had some volatility, right? Well, these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 companies got added to the S&P. Astria Labs, CoreWeave, that's crazy. CoreWeave just IPO'd that thing in now, you hear me? But that's because that NVIDIA backing. That's that $2 billion from NVIDIA, you feel what I'm saying? NEBIS, we in that stock. That might be one of J-Bo's favorites. Rocket Labs, and then TER. That's one we traded all year. But here's what got out of it. Charter, CTSH, INSM, VRSK, and Zscaler. That's crazy. Zscaler got kicked out. But yep, so just, there was a rebalancing that took place. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 got kicked out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 got put in. And there we go. So let's go a little further.
Hey, what's up, family? Thanks for taking my call, Jose. What's up, Trap? Thanks for everything you do. Question for you. When you are buying options, what helps you determine your lift of time? I understand, swing trades and things like that. But what determines if it's going to be 6 months, 8 months? What are you using to help you determine that? I watched the option masterclass. So I understand, when you're doing the leaps and stuff. But when you're looking at an option, what do you use to say, all right, I'm going to take this out to, December or January or whatever that may be. Also, when's your next, what is it called? I think it's called trade your first trade event. I'm trying to get in that. I missed it last time, but I really want to get in that. And get hands-on. Again, thanks for everything.
I ain't gonna lie, I love her.
Yeah.
I love her.
That's that Be More hug.
Oh, I love her. I love her. I love her, you hear me?
Got the golds.
I love her, God. I love her.
Man, shout out to her, but I had to clean up that audio. She had all of the warehouse.
Oh, beep, beep.
It was everything going on.
That's a fact. So one, all of my plays gonna at least be bare minimum 90 days. 90 days to for the most part, 6-8 months. But I've been stopping at like 6 months for the most part right here because the market ain't really giving us no deep dips. But if we get a deep dip, I'm going to get one and stretch it out for a year. What I will say is I'm always looking for the open interest. Where do I feel like I can get the best bang for my buck when it comes to open interest between a 4 and an 8 month time frame? Because if I can get a really good open interest on it, then that tells me that it's attractive to other people in that same area and it's gonna be easy for me to get out. And I'll give you an idea. You ever been in a plate and you had to you try to sell it and then it's like, hey, you in the queue. And you're like, what? I'm in the queue. And so you gotta take it out the queue, you try to sell it again. That's because you don't got a lot of open interest right there. And so they gotta try to find somebody. Or they'll say, partially it was sold. What you mean partially it was sold, bro? I want all my money. You took all my money at one time. It wasn't partially bought, you know? You didn't partially buy it, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta remember, there's always gotta be a buyer on the other side, right? So there's always gotta be a buyer. So that's what I'm looking for. When I'm anywhere between that 4 and 8 month time frame, I'm always looking for the better open interest within that. And that's what makes me fluctuate some of my pricing points a little bit. Like I'll know my strike price, but my time frame gonna fluctuate on where I think I can get the better open interest and a better bang for my buck. So that's kind of what happens. And so normally I want to go out, 5-6 months. 4 months is the shortest. 3-4 months is the shortest. But normally I want to go out about 5-6 months. That'll help me endure anything if again, data and delta is the only two things I look at. But then it comes to that open interest. Where do I feel like I can get the best wiggle room for that? Again, you'll try to sell something if the open interest ain't there. And usually, now again, with companies like S&DK, that open interest is low. So now you got to measure, you can't compare that open interest to an open interest of like an NVIDIA. You got to compare that open interest with itself. So, okay, where do I get you might go in and have 100 or 200 or 400. So now you got to see, okay, where do I get the best bang for my buck at within this time frame? And now you stretch it out a little bit more, and it may cost you a little bit more or a lot more when it comes to one of those. And so that's kind of what you're looking for. What I'm looking for is that, where can I get the best open interest that give me the best bang for my buck? Because again, you don't want to have to sell something and now just keep being in the queue and now you can't find a buyer for it. And now, or you may have to do a limit order where you got to take some loss or you got to give away some of your profit to get off of it. And so for me, I'm always trying to see where I can execute with the best. And usually if it has a low open interest, usually that open, so I always pay attention, is it picking up as the stock is gaining momentum? So as my stock is gaining momentum and as my stock is becoming more attractive and more lucrative, because at the end of the day, what you up in profit don't mean nothing if you can't sell it. Right? So no matter how much you up on the profit side, if you can't sell it, now you got to negotiate to get up off it. You know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure I got a good enough open interest. Again, none of my plays going to be less than 3-4 months, but I don't mind going out 5-6 months if I see I got a better open interest scenario, because that's going to be more attractive for me on the long run. So, yep, I hope that helped y'all out just now, man. I hope that really, 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 really helped y'all out right there. And also, what you got to understand, too, is so most people think, and I want to clear this misconception up. A lot of people think that their option is making money just because the stock price going up. That's partially true. The full truth is your stock is going up because that bid and ask price is going up. Because that means the sellers can ask for more, because you're not the person, and this is a good segment, you're not the person setting the price. The market makers are. You're the person saying, I want to sell it. But there's people on a backside that every time that stock move, it's saying, hey, we're willing to bid this for it. That's where you get those bid and ask from. There's people always bid and say, I'll buy for this, I'll sell it for this. So when it gets attractive to the market makers, they the ones setting the price on what your stock can sell for. And I'll give you an example. You ever had a stock to go up, but you still ain't make no money? You're like, damn, why my stock in the red if the stock price went up? Well, the market makers ain't finding it attractive enough to increase that bid and ask price of what they willing to auction it off for. So the stock price is only one part of you making money. The stock price can go up, but soon as that stock price go up, you got the market makers who in the auction saying, okay, let's bring this stock up. Let's bring this price up. Let's bring these contracts up. That's why we have a bid and ask. That's always changing. So in the Patreon, one of the things I'll do is I'll put in there, hey, here's the option I bought, and you'll see me say price paid. The reason why I put price paid is because they can know what I paid for this option, and they may say, okay, well, I may for it to go a little cheaper than what Trap paid for it. Not from the stock price, but from the bid and ask. Right? Because of that bid and ask. And so that's how you know you made money. So let's say you bought a stock, you bought in your options at like $12.85. Well, you got to remember, it's $12.85 times 100 because one contract equals 100 shares. Well, let's say 6 months down the line, that shit is now trading at $40. That's how you know you're making some money. Because you bought it at 12 and now those same shares are now trading for 40. Or you bought it at 12 and those same shares are now trading for 25. That's how you know you're making money. So your stock went up, but it also became attractive to the auctioners. So that's truly how you make your money. Not just by the stock going up, it's by the premiums that's being paid for the people on the backhand side. So I just wanted to put that out there because that question segmented me into that. And I hope that wasn't confusing for nobody. Let's go a little further. SpaceX just disclosed that it has a cash position of $100 billion. Let me tell you something I just read just now. SpaceX is raising $25 billion in debt sales less than 2 weeks after its IPO. Less than 2 weeks after its record IPO, SpaceX has raised $25 billion in debt sales. SpaceX on Monday announced a senior unsecured note, with sources telling the company will look to raise $20 billion as of Tuesday. SpaceX had received nearly $9 billion worth of orders and upsized the sale of $5 billion. According to popular people familiar with the fundraiser asked not to be named because the details are private. What that means is they're trying to raise some more money. And they're going to issue debt to raise that money. And this is why we got to pay attention to the game. This is why. This is why we got to pay attention to the game. So SpaceX just disclosed that it has a cash position of $100 billion. Let's go a little further. All right, Elon Musk, Colossus get $6.3 billion mirror. SpaceX has signed a major computing power agreement with Reflection AI, making the open AI source artificial intelligence startup the latest outside company to tap into Elon Musk's infrastructure. Under the agreement, Reflection will get immediate access to NVIDIA GB300, top-of-the-line AI chips used to run advanced models, and has agreed to pay SpaceX $150 million per month beginning July 2026 through 2029, according to materials viewed by CNBC. The payments will total about $6.3 billion if the agreement runs through the end of its term. I mean, he's doing a lot of business. That I ain't gonna lie. Like, one thing I can say about him, the boy gonna do money. He gonna move some money. One thing about the boy, he gonna move some money around. He know how to go get that money. And I ain't mad at him for that, because we live in a capitalist society. Go on a little further. All right, Starlink is now partnering with airlines, and this is the part that I wanted us to see. When I saw this, I was like, bro, this is so good. So I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This is why SpaceX has this big evaluation. It's because of what Starlink is doing. Starlink is the one that has the recurring revenue model. Now remember this and think about this, and all the time I want you to remember this, right? Anytime a company can have recurring revenue, that's how you get a 10x multiple, right? They get the 10x that multiple. So if they making 100 million in revenue, that goes, you 10x that. If they making $1 billion in revenue, recurring, so it's called ARR, annual recurring revenue. So anytime a company has recurring revenue, you can put a 10x multiple on that. What that means is that 10x multiple, because that's considered predictable income. This is why I tell the trappers all the time, like, we got to go look for companies that got recurring revenue. That's the golden ticket, recurring revenue. And if we see that recurring revenue growing, that company can get a 10x multiple. They can borrow, watch what I'm about to say to y'all, they can borrow based on the multiple, not the actual revenue. Rogers, I'm cooking tonight. I am on fire tonight, cuz. Right? The company can borrow based on the multiple, not the revenue. Meaning, you got a 10x, let's say you got, I don't know, $100,000, right? Well, you 10x that $100,000, I can borrow money based on the multiple, which is 10 times more than the $100,000. They get the borrow on that. So that's what billionaires do. So when I talk to y'all, I'm like, hey, go start you some type of business, and use your business to put you in position. Why you think so many companies on the market won't get recurring revenue model? Because they can borrow money based on the 10x of the recurring revenue. They don't got to borrow on nothing else. So like you think about Apple, right? They get to borrow money, not on us buying iPhones, but they get to borrow based on us being, consumers to Apple Music. Us being locked in on Apple Music, us being locked in on anything they got recurring, they get to strike us to that and they get to borrow against that. Right? So that's kind of the idea. So think about it. Tesla didn't have recurring revenue. Because once I sell you a car, it's a car. I can't make you buy that again. But if Starlink, watch this, SpaceX Starlink has become the dominant force in flight Wi-Fi. Boom, that's number one. So we don't got to buy the Wi-Fi, but guess what? The airplanes have bought the Wi-Fi. Now watch this. When they buy the Wi-Fi, guess what they do? They buy the Wi-Fi. They say they buy the Wi-Fi for a cheap price. Then what they get to do is get you, they're going to sell it to either American Express, they're going to sell it to any of the credit card companies, and then what your credit card company going to say is, hey, check this out. You can get free Wi-Fi. This how the game go now. So Starlink has now got access to 40 different airplane companies, right? So they're going to sell it to the airplane companies at a recurring revenue model. They may say, hey, listen, we're going to give it to you for, I don't know, let's just say $1 billion a year. Just throwing a number out there. That's cheap to the airplane people because they're going to then take it and say, all right, who are we partner with? Well, Amex is partnering with Delta. So Delta going to say, hey, Amex, hey, we want to sell y'all this for this much. And then Amex going to say, bet, got it. Because we already got our people, this is going to be a perk. So, hey, if you're an Amex person, when you get on Delta Airlines, here's a perk. You get to get free Wi-Fi. But that becomes a part of your bill. So, but it's because a part of your bill now, but Delta now gets the bread from it. Right? If you in T-Mobile, you know, whatever phone company you with, they might say, hey, get free airline Wi-Fi. So they'll add that, but it's not really free. It's already a part of your bill. So they paying for it to add it as a perk, but it becomes recurring revenue for Starlink. Does that make sense to everybody? So Starlink is becoming the dominant force in airplane Wi-Fi, locking in deals with carriers after carrier throughout 2025 and 26. The roster reads like who's who of global aviation. Watch this. American Airlines, United, Southwest, British Airlines, Emirates, Qatar, Singapore Airlines, Air France, Korea Airlines, and dozens more. Let me just say this right quick. If you going to Dubai, you need Wi-Fi. So guess what they going to do? Either you become a member of Emirates and you can get it on your thing, or you can buy one time. So that's what they do you. So either you're going to get with some type of membership, either going to be a perk or something you use, or you can get it one time. And if you on Emirates from America, that flight, at least wherever you going on Emirates, it's 10 hours. And we so on these things, we ain't going 10 hours with no Wi-Fi. All right, same thing. So Southwest, British Airlines, America, United, Qatar. So that's how they're using it. A lot of the scale comes from huge group agreements, right? Which includes Swiss, Brussels Airlines, and ITA. It's wiring up around 850 aircrafts. IAG is rolling it out across British Airways, Iberia, and level more than 500 planes. The promise is on board as fast as your home connection, quick enough to stream, game, and take video calls at crushing altitudes, and often free for loyal members. Holla at your boy. Holla at your boy. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on. I flew Korean Air before. That was dope, first class, when I went to China. Yep, when I went to China, I stopped in South Korea. From Korea to China, I went from Atlanta to South Korea with Seoul. Seoul, that's how you pronounce it, Seoul. From Seoul to China, I flew Korean Airline. It was really good. The food was all right. It wasn't bad. It was a clean airplane, though. I tell you that. The Korean Airline was really clean. All right, let's go a little further. Somebody say they still tell you shut the hell up. Every time I ever got on an airplane and told me shut the hell up, bro, I will fight. I won't fight. I won't fight, cuz. I won't fight, cuz. Nah, you gonna get this work. All right, let's go, man. Okay, look at MU up $60, $50 after hours. Damn, I ain't know I lost. Ooh, that's why I lost that much money today. That sucker lost $160 today. I should have put an MU call in. Nah, they got earnings tomorrow, man. I ain't doing that. Damn, SNDK was down $312 today. Damn, George, why you ain't? That was your time there, cuz. That was your time, cuz. You check engine light on? How much you in? How much cash you got? Oh, 15? Yeah, that SNDK would have took all that. Yeah, it would have took all that. You got to enter the place I put in today? Yes. I like that. No way you. God said. All right, let's go a little further. Yeah, we didn't forget about them charts. At 9:54, you ain't gonna get them charts today, partner. Forget about it. At 9:54, you can forget about it. Yeah, I feel you. Elon's insane new plane. It's 9:54, brother. If it ain't working all this time, forget about it. Yeah. SpaceX just revealed its Gigasat factory in Bastrop, Texas. Where that's at, cuz? Bastrop, Texas? Yeah. Yeah? Yeah, I know, that's crazy, right? 11 million square feet on 1,000 acres. Its sole purpose, built AI satellites that act as orbital data centers. All right, that satellite is called the AL-1. Each one spans 70 meters, carries 150 kilowatts of compute, and runs entirely on a massive solar array. This scale is absurd. SpaceX is targeting 1 gigawatt of orbital compute by the end of 2027. That requires launching over 6,000 AL-1 satellites in 1 year. By 2030, 100 gigawatt per year. Long-term terawatt scale, completely solar powered in space. Damn! got to give it to him on this one, though, bro. I'm gonna lie. Whether he do it or don't, here's what I will say. Boy, he know how to sell. Whatever sales team or whatever book he wrote on or study on sales, that boy know how to sell. That boy know how to sell. He know how to sell, cuz. He know how to sell. Let's go left first.
Hello. My question is there a general set of rules that you follow that dictate or determine when you exercise your call options or when would you advise others to exercise their call options? And when purchasing call options, how far out do you usually set the expiration dates at?
First question was, what's the first question? Run it back.
Hello. My question is there a general set of rules that you follow that dictate or determine when you exercise your call options or when?
That's good. Yep. So I never exercise. I want the money, man. So what you got to realize is, so let's say I got an option and the option's up 300%. When I exercise that contract, I didn't have to go in my account and buy that option. The profits that I have don't go toward me buying the options. The profits that I have, so let's say this. So right now I'm up $100,000 in MU. The thing is up 500%, right? If I wanted to buy those 100 shares, because you got to buy 100 shares. You can't buy 2 of them or 3 of them. When you exercise a contract, you have to buy 100 shares. You have to buy those 100 shares or whatever. Well, I never want to exercise. I would just own it on my own. But there's no reason why you can't. There's no reason why if you want to exercise, you can. I would have to be up really, really big. Like I said, I'm up, my biggest I've ever been up was 900%, and I still didn't exercise it because I'd rather get the bread. But what they have to honor, that's why I say one has the right and one has the obligation. So when one has the right, that's you. As the buyer of the options, you have the right to either take the money or exercise. Exercises mean, you got to sell me these stocks at that price that I originally set for. And once you got to sell it to me at that price. And if you up 300-400%, then that's still a discount. Right? So remember, our original MU contract is $500. It's now $1,100 something. So if I wanted to exercise that contract, they would have to sell me 100 or 200, 300 shares of MU at $500, which is a steal. Or I can take the bread. For me, I'm always take the bread. That's just me. That's not you. Now, if I can say, like, if you had probably a retirement account or something, you may want to exercise it. One of the best ways probably would be if you had like leap options and you've been rocking with it for a year. And let's say I bought a stock at $90 and now it's at $300 or $350. Probably look at it like this. Somebody who probably bought, let's say we did a leap option on SanDisk. Say we did the leap option at $300, now it's at $2,000. If you wanted to exercise it, now you can say, hey, you got to sell me this at $300. Then that makes sense to me. You know what I'm saying? But then you got to cough up $300 for 100 shares. I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm okay with that. I'd rather just take the bread. So yeah, that's what that is on that. And I think he said about stretching it out. All my plays are gonna go out, and I'm a leap option, so everything gonna go out If I'm doing leaps, it's gonna go out 10 months to 12 months to 15. If I'm swing trading, we're between 3 months and 8 months. That's kind of my narrative. I just explained that it's gonna be based on, one, what's going on in the market, and two, where my open interest at. So my open interest is gonna always kind of dictate what I got going on. So I hope I helped you right there, family. Let's go a little further. All right, here's the billionaire roadmap. The richest man owns X. And this was something that was real interesting for me. The richest man owns X. The second and third richest man controls Google. The fourth richest man owns the Washington Post. The fifth richest man owns Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. And the sixth richest man could soon take over both Paramount and Warner Brothers. I want us to understand that. Think about that. Think about that. Think about that. The richest people in the world own media. That's essentially what I'm saying right here. The richest people in the world own media. That's the game changer. That's the game changer. Let's go a little further. How do billionaires pay back their debt? Let's go.
How do billionaires pay back their loans? When Elon Musk borrows $44 billion against his Tesla stock to buy Twitter, he doesn't pay it back like a mortgage. His loan is backed by billions in stock, so the bank charges him incredibly low interest rate. To pay this interest, billionaires rely on dividends, small, regular cash payouts their companies give to shareholders every quarter. The dividends easily cover the interest without selling stock. But what about the actual loan? They use a trick called refinancing. Say, Elon borrowed $44 billion when his Tesla stock was worth $300 billion. Years later, it's worth $600 billion. He goes back to the bank and says, "My collateral doubled. Give me a new loan for $88 billion. He uses the new loan to pay off the old loan and pockets the rest for his next investment. So billionaires just pay off debt by taking on more debt. And because it's technically a loan, it stays 100% tax-free. Meanwhile, the average person has to pay back every dollar of their mortgage using income that has already been taxed."
Bro, you know I was wondering about this.
Just run it back for him one more time.
That's
just one more
crazy.
time, because we just talked about this. Run it back for him one more time.
How do billionaires pay back their loans? When Elon Musk borrows $44 billion against his Tesla stock to buy Twitter, he doesn't pay it back like a mortgage. His loan is backed by billions in stock, so the bank charges him incredibly low interest rate. To pay this interest, billionaires rely on dividends, small, regular cash payouts their companies give to shareholders every quarter. The dividends easily cover the interest without selling stock. But what about the actual loan? They use a trick called refinancing. Say, Elon borrowed $44 billion when his Tesla stock was worth $300 billion. Years later, it's worth $600 billion. He goes back to the bank and says, "My collateral doubled. Give me a new loan for $88 billion. He uses the new loan to pay off the old loan and pockets the rest for his next investment. So billionaires just pay off debt by taking on more debt. And because it's technically a loan, it stays 100% tax-free. Meanwhile, the average person has to pay back every dollar of their mortgage using income that has already been taxed."
I just be trying to put us on game, bruh. And here's the crazy part about it, bruh. This is why I keep telling us something, man. And I keep saying this, 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 and I keep saying this. when you learn the rules to the game, you can play the game different. And the rules don't care who pay them. It's just you gotta know the rules. This is why I keep saying, bro, I would never sell none of my stocks. Ever. Not ever. Ever. Well, what's the purpose of having them? I can leverage the hell out of them. I want to grow that sugar to 50 million. I just want to leverage the hell out of it. Even the way you leverage it is different. You already said, hey, yo, my collateral double. Give me a bigger loan. And one of the things they do, sometimes they just be paying the interest on it. Like, bro, I ain't never going to pay that principal down. I'm going to pay the interest on it forever. I don't care. Y'all straight, I'm straight.
So I learned that one from you about the loan, but I never knew how they were paying it.
Yeah.
They said the dividends joint?
Yeah. 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 That's why Mark Zuckerberg gets himself paid in dividends. That ain't my money. That's why they pay dividends. When they pay the dividends, all the millions of shares they got in dividends, hey, give that. That's the company. That don't even come in my pocket. You get dividends 4 times a year. Hey, I'm straight. Here. I'm straight. That don't even come out of my pocket. The company paying me for that. That's why they get company dividends in their personal name.
The epitome of free money.
Come on, man. It's my company. I don't even want the money. Pay me $100,000 a year. I'm a CEO of $1 billion company, right? Just give me $100,000 salary. But based on certain things that happen, then they be talking to us in third person. So it's my company, but I want the company to pay me $100,000. That's it. Right? Cash. But if I hit these benchmarks, you pay me hundreds of thousands of shares of my company. If I hit these benchmarks in revenue or in users or whatever, the incentive is you're going to pay me 100,000 shares or 200,000 shares or 300,000 shares. Now watch this. The shares now pay dividends. So just, cash that out for me, fam. Yeah, go and cash that up for me, fam.
Which is paying interest on the loan that you ain't even paying tax
So I'm going to take the money from the dividends and I'm going to pay the interest on the loan. But the loan I loaned it on the shares I got already. Bro, what we doing here? Stop playing with me. Go broke where? Go broke who? You go broke, not me. And if it get too hectic, bankruptcy. I don't got no money. If it get too hectic, if I feel like y'all tripping, bankruptcy. Get it in blood. Start over. Do it all over again. New company, new name, new EIN. Run it back. This is the game. But guess what we gonna say? Oh, man, the wealthy. No. Play the game. You got to learn the rules of the game. That's why I don't get mad at the game. I'm not looking for fair. Why would I look for fair in a country that allows slavery? Why would I look for fair in a country that give the man credit who stole the country from somebody else? I can't go to your house and find nothing and say I discovered that. Bro, you just mine. You're in my house. Now I found this. Bro, if you don't get out of my house, why are we looking for fair? Get your money right. Because you know what they respect? That money. Get your money right. But if we just get our money right. Bro, we just get our money right. And the crazy part is we can use their game to get our money right. We can use their game to get our money right. And then use the game against them. You know what, man? Just imagine this. Just think about this for a second. Think about this for a second. Imagine if black people invested in the stock market, right? Just hear me out right here. This is so dope. Imagine if black people like got these pockets together, like Southern black people and Northern black people, you know, we just get these little pockets together and we say, hey, y'all, we about to ambush these people. We about to make them change some rules. Well, how we gonna do that? All right, we all investing in the market. Let's say we all do like call options. And we get the bread, like we option trade. We get our money up, And then we all just like take turns shorting them. And every time they try to squeeze us, we short some more. And we not gonna stop shorting until y'all do this. And then we switch to the next one. And we short them. And we short them. And we not going to the store. We not using Amazon, we shorting Amazon. We not using this and we shorting this. Bro, you know how much change they're gonna have? And matter of fact, we want our own media company over here. We don't even want to use this, we don't want to use this, we don't want to use that, we don't use nothing. We taking y'all money and we building it over here ourselves. But they're gonna be like, what they doing? That's the spook that sat by the door times 10. That's the spook that sat by the door times 10, bro. People are like, oh, you using the stock market. Bro, you can use their game. The problem is we keep trying to build a new game. You don't got to build a new game. Use their game against them. That's how you win. Because I'm not going to the game acting like it's fair. I know it ain't fair, but I know the rules. All I got to do is know the rules. I bet I'm good. Say less. Let's play. Play ball. I don't even got to ask your bank for money. Hey, let me get my money right out here. Now we going to build this big old portfolio. Hey, give me a loan, mister. Well, why? Well, I got this right here. Let me leverage this. Because you can't say no to this because you greedy. And I know the rules. I don't got to do that. I like when I got the building. Bro, when I got the building, the man said the interest rates is this. I said, hey, bro, that man just cut rates. That boy looked at me. I said, hey, that ain't right. The rate down. He said, oh, yeah, let me make the adjustment. Yeah, you tripping. I know the rate, partner. You trying to pocket that bread. Stop playing with me. Oh, yeah, you know what? You absolutely right, Mr. Howard. They did drop the rate. Yep, yeah. They dropped it 2 days ago, so change that. That ain't the rate, bro. But because we don't know the game, we indirectly looking for them to save us. And how do you know you indirectly look for them to save you? Because you start saying stuff like, man, they ain't fair. It ain't never been fair. Ain't gonna never be fair. The way you change the game is you say, all right, bet. Stay less. I got y'all. That's why I keep telling bro, I ain't never selling nothing in my portfolio, bro, ever. Even with my options account, bro, I don't never want to take no bread out there, bro. I want to grow that shit to at least $100 million, dog. My options account, if I can grow my options account to like 40, 50 million, bro, I'm going to wreak havoc on their ass, bro. I'm going to wreak havoc on them, cuz. Bro, I'm not never stopping, bro. I'm not never stopping, bro. My goal to grow that thing to about 40 million, bro. I know it's possible. I'm not never stopping. I'm not never stopping, bro. Why? I'm going to just use their game against it. I want that building right there. Yep, give me that building right there. Give me that building right there. Yeah. Give me all that. Go move to Florida somewhere where I ain't paying no state taxes on them. Yep. I'm all LLCs in Wyoming, Nevada, Florida, Delaware. What we doing? What we doing? I'm playing y'all game. I'm cool. What? Leasing everything. Cool. What? Own what? I don't own nothing. Trust everything locked up. Trust. Who is he? We can't find him. It's in an anonymous LLC. Well, how he got that? Hey, because you can get an anonymous LLC, so now you don't know nothing. Why you want to move out of Georgia? Because Georgia got what's called public LLC. You could buy a house. People don't know. You can just Google where a person live at. In Georgia. Hey, this is his name? Where he live at? Oh, that's where he live at right there. So I had to get an anonymous LLC in a whole nother state and put the house in the LLC so people can't find out where I live at. Because in Georgia, you can just type up somebody's name because it's called an open state. That's what they do. You can't just go Google where Elon Musk them live at. The dude's name is buried under so much stuff because they know how to protect themselves. We don't know how to protect ourselves, and we only playing by the rule book that they gave us instead of the rule book they playing by. It's two sets of rules in this game. It's the one they teach us because they need us to be a part of the program, and it's the one they go learn. And the crazy part about it is, bro, they don't even be knowing the rule book. But when you get money, you get exposed to people who know the rule book, and they be like, hey, what you doing? Don't do that, do this. Hey, you over here? Don't do that. That's why I like, bro, everybody should watch Billions, bro. Because if you watch the movie, if you watch the series Billions, bro, it go to show you them little clubs they be getting in. And nah, bro, you don't come in here. Bro, you in here because you a billionaire. You in here because you a billionaire. Why you think they be going to Yale, Harvard, Stanford? Why you think they go to them schools? So, hey, your granddaddy, yep, come on. You going to meet the people that know how to do the stuff. You ain't going there. That's what we don't understand. I want my child to go. No, I want him to go to that school. I'm going to just teach him how to navigate. Because we need to get you in so you can know the rules. Because when you don't know the rules, you keep looking for stuff to be a certain way. But when you know the rules, you realize why they ain't a certain way. You realize why there's a certain group of people that protest. There's a certain group of people that lobby. Well, all the protesting, you rarely get it changed. Not saying it ain't work, but with the lobbying, why go your way? What's lobbying? I got enough money to make that person do the thing I need to be done. And this is why we don't understand this, bro. Like, bro, lobbying don't be no, bro, why you think all them people gave Donald Trump $1 million? You think the people that do the $1 million for nothing? You think they let him talk crazy for nothing? Bro, here go $1 million, 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 here go $1 million. Because guess what? It might look like they may not look at it right now, but within these 4 years, I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need you. So I ain't tripping. So the people on social media, oh, kiss the ring, kiss the ring. Hey, watch how I get these laws in my favor though. Say what you want. You over there depending on this. I'm about to get these laws because I'm going to get a couple $100 billion. Now, we might don't like it, but that's the game they play. Because if it wasn't him, they going to go somewhere else. But they know they just go straight to the big dog. They going straight to the top. They probably can't do it with Barack. They probably got to go around Barack. So they got to go to somebody in his camp. Hey, get old boy to, you probably can't go to the big man. You got to go see with Trump. You go straight to him. You know, with Joe Biden or with Barack or somebody else, you probably got to go around the corner. You got to go get close to the friend. You know how I go. Got to get close to his homeboy, right-hand man. I can't get him. He a little, go on, put this in it, tell him you need to, hey, Barack, man, you know, man, we got to, it's going to really work for us. Man. But guess what? I ain't going to put too much thought into that because I trust you. All right, bet, let's go with it. That's our problem, bruh. We keep looking for fair. This stock market ain't just about money, bruh. It's about movers and shakers. Everybody who watched this show, bruh, you need to be watching Billion season 1 through season 8. Even when the new dude, Mike Prince, come in, he start moving different. He start showing what power look like. Bro, it's a different ball game, bro. Different ball game, bro. That's why I love the market, bro. It ain't just about the money, bro. It's about, I got a goal in my head. And I know once I get here, it's a different ball game. And they're going to have to get used to me. And the reason why, because you think I'm putting up $400,000, $500,000. Nah, watch when you start seeing that be in $1 million in a day, $1 million. Like, damn, what Trap doing over there? Yup, million in a, 2 million, 2 million. Because I already did, I done already put 300,000 in a play before. I put 400,000 in a play. Wait till I'm putting $1 million in a trade. I put $1 million in that thing, Pam. When my average trades now is $500,000. My average trade's 300,000, 400,000. You gonna really think I'm tripping. They're gonna really think I'm Photoshop. But it's the constant elevation. I haven't took no money out of the account since 2022, bro. I haven't took no money out of that account since 2022. Let's keep on. It's the game. All I gotta do is hang around long enough, bro. Keep getting better at my skill, keep getting better at my craft, know when to pull back, know when to go heavy. Take days like this in stride, don't let it break me. You feel me? You're gonna grow it. One, you're gonna be like, damn, bro, every time Trap hit, it's $1 million. God damn. Hey, all money in, like Nip say, no money out. I ain't took no money out, bro. Not a dime. Because I got a goal and I know it's gonna be a day where I graduate from putting 200,000-300,000. I got 3 plays right now, I got 400,000 in them, bro. It's gonna be a day when they go up to, now I'm comfortable with putting $500,000 in there. It don't make me shake. Like when I put 750,000 in there, one play. What happened when you graduate? That's my goal. My goal is to put $1 million in one play. That's my goal. That's my goal, bro. I want to put $1 million on one trade. That's my goal, bro. That's my next goal. It was $1 million in a trade. My next goal is to put $1 million in one trade. New level, bro. It's a new level. And then once that happened, that's another level unlocked now. Bet. We gone. Then it's gonna be, hey, man, now that boy putting 750 and $1 million in the trade. What happened when he putting, you know what I'm saying? The game don't stop because here's how the game go. Whatever you can do, and if you can put, whatever it takes for you to make one successful trade, it's the same thing that's required for you to make a bigger trade. The only difference is the emotional part. Well, my emotion's gone now. I'm in 3 trades, bro. Each one of them got, and I'll tell you, STK, MU, STX. SNDK, MU, STX. All of them got 400,000 in it. That's why I done 700,000. That's why I'm down 700,000 a day. 3 of them. They all got hit today. Yeah, it wasn't that bunch of them. It was 3 of them. Them 3 is why I'm down 700,000 a day. 400,000 each one up, bro. My goal is to have put $1 million in one trade. That's my goal, bro. And unlock something for me. I'm playing this game, bro, because in my mind, bro, like, I got them. I want us to be like, bro, this dude Trap playing the game different. But I also want to inspire us to not be scared of it. Wherever you started from in the beginning of this game, know that I started there too. I just didn't take no money out. All right, it's 10:30, man. Let's close out. All right, y'all, man. We had a good night tonight, man.
Rob just talking to him.
Rob, you gotta stop talking to me. I'm gonna keep going.
I see.
I'm gonna keep going, Rob.
Text him like, nigga.
I'm gonna keep going, Rob. No, because Rob locked in. Rob like, yes, son. Rob like, yes, son.
Keep going, Trap. Let's go to 11.
Rob like, yep, yep, you gotta stop me, Rob. You gotta stop me, bro. Anyway, man.
Watch what Jose do. I was like, follow along.
Great night, man. It's 10:30, man. We've been here 3 hours, man. 3 hours and some change. Because we started at 7:05. Put my glasses on. I hope we helped y'all out today, man. I love y'all. Let's brace ourselves for tomorrow, man. You know, after hours looking good, but my Patreon know I can care less about after hours. Our day start in the morning, 9 o'clock. That's when we check in. We check in at about 8:30. We clock in we get to work at about 9:30. We navigate the day, man. Other than that, man, I love y'all. Man, make sure you tap into the Patreon. The links is in the chat. Come to Trappers Anonymous. Link is in the chat. We got merch for sale. Link is in the chat. I don't know if we sold the 5 seats yet, but we have 5 seats left. That's a wrap. So if you could come. Also, we got to get with a guy because we got to give 1 ticket away to somebody. And make sure you go to the personal YouTube. Other than that, man, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I see y'all next Tuesday. Same time. Barrel, check this out. Next Tuesday is 200. Next Saturday, I make 44 years old.
It's somebody's birthday.
I'm walking it down. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. I love y'all, man.